Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Touching Tips, a podcast dedicated to the world of PSVR2. My name is Karen Alive and Well, and I'll be introducing your hosts. From the west of Ireland, he is a visionary, a leader, a sensual and generous lover, as I can attest. Petrifying Pumpkins. Pumpkins was once a successful businessman before a tragic incident left him with stage 2 ligma of the mind. No longer able to run his multinational POG corporation, Pumpkins turned to his other passion, PSVR. Hence this channel and later podcast were born. Pumpkins is famous all over the world thanks to the various Easter eggs dedicated to him in PSVR exclusive Firewall 0 Hour. Most famously, if you go to the hangar map in the air control tower, you will see radar screens with various aircraft designations that, when combined, spell out petrifying pumpkins. It really does make him better than you. From Mexico, he has many names: El Chupacabra, El Fuego, El Pasión. But around here we call him Mr. 777 or Jackpot. Mr. 777 moved to the United States as a wee lad. A former Xbox fan, Jackpot gave up on Team Green when he discovered the future is virtual reality, and has been on PlayStation since. Jackpot lives with his mother in her basement. She reached out to Pumpkins, begging him to let Jackpot be a co-host as she worries about his lack of social communication skills, as you will soon see for yourselves. He turned to marijuana at a young age and has reached a stage where if he were to ever stop smoking, the shock to his system would kill him immediately. Jackpot has a heavily stained pillow that he calls Amanda. He believes that she is real and that he is in a long-term relationship with her. His catchphrase is, "Bitch." And finally, all the way from the frigid wastes of Canada, comes Muzz. Muzz has a passion for maple syrup and discussing PSVR2. He once got lost in the frozen tundra of northern Canada with his best friend. The ordeal was harrowing and led to Muzz eating the remains of his friend in order to survive. Shortly after, Muzz turned to VR gaming as a way to escape the horrors of the reality he leaves every time he puts on the headset. It's worth noting that while Muzz maintains his best friend was dead before he began to consume him, later studies of the remains hinted at the possibility that the friend died from infections that were caused from bites, though due to a handling error, the evidence was deemed inadmissible and Muzz walked free. He also has a cat. Without further ado, let the show begin. I've been Karen Alive and Well, and I will now hand you over to the strong, sexy hands of Pumpkins. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and all that usual YouTube shite.
What the fuck is this?
And we are live. I'm just gonna get rid of Jackpot's camera feed there until he joins. He's late, as per usual. Classic Jackpot behavior. Should I just join in the chat? Of course you should just join. Absolutely. Why are you asking? Just get in the fucking thing. Unbelievable scenes. Should I unmute this thing now? I assume he'll just pop in now any second. Just a real professional setup that we have here.
Let's hold up the show. Let's all hold up the show for a few seconds.
He wanted his Mexican bread. He had to cook his Mexican bread, get his fucking streamer cookies ready to go. Got to turn on the purple lights, his streaming lights. While we're waiting, let's check out the chat. LSB was there shaking his head. Rogue put something in there, but my laptop doesn't recognize it, so it's just a square on my screen. I don't know what kind. Probably an Australian emoji of some kind.
I just got a square too. I don't know what the hell.
Indecipherable. Probably give us a lighter or something like that.
Is it a lighter? That's what it is.
Is it a lighter? It could be.
Maybe.
A zip.
Maybe that's
a little zip lighter. That could be what it is.
Zip lighter.
LSB grabbing that popcorn. Let me grab something else if you know what I'm saying. Geisen, getting moist. How you doing, Geisen? Test is good, says Donnie. Thank you, Donnie, for letting us know. I hope you're keeping well also. And Jackpot says he got distracted by the intro. You're still not here, though. It's crazy that you're still not here. Like, unbelievable. I know you're like thousands of miles away from me, but you know, this is 2024 now. All right. What's going on with this delayed reaction times? Stone behavior. Donnie says, "Is that the couch Amanda sets on in Jackpot's camera?" Well, that's actually Muzz's camera you're seeing. Because of the stupid way I've got this set up, I got like 2 captures of the same feed. So you're seeing the bottom corner of his. So his Amanda does probably be on that couch.
Wait,
I would imagine.
Is it upside down? Is that?
No, that shouldn't be upside down. So it's like the bottom right of your picture.
Oh, I got
Whatever
you.
is there.
Yeah.
The black square on the right. Actually, that's me. The black square because he can't see me. Because my camera has been used by this. Anyway, we're off to a disaster of a start. This is not entertaining at all. Let's try and get an intro going here.
What are you talking about? Look at my couch. Look at my couch, everybody.
Casting couch. We're looking for a new host. You got to get on the casting couch first. You got to get through Muzz. They call him the Harvey Weinstein of the YouTube and PSVR2 world. I don't know why. Anyway, welcome to episode 71, I think, of Touching. Is it 71 or 70? I think it's 71 of Touching Tips, and I'm joined by Muzz. I'm supposed to be joined by Jackpot as well, but you know how it is. Somehow he still isn't here. Anyway, Muzz, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
How are you doing?
I'm getting more irate by the second, to be honest. Danny says, "Oh," and then shrugs. Durban Brown is here. Says, "Yo, how you doing, Durban Brown?"
Leggy symbols.
Is my feed down?
It's running okay for me right now.
Okay. Durban Brown, don't you fucking use that symbol unless there's something wrong with the stream. Or else. Anyway, Muzz, it's been a week since we did Touching Tips. What have you been up to in that week? Oh, here we go. Interrupting Muzz. Muzz can't get a word in.
Hold that thought.
And he's messed up Muzz's
It wasn't letting me.
Lies.
I was trying to join for the
Mexican lies.
I look at your intro and I was like, man, I haven't seen that in a while, and a bunch of lies in the intro about me.
Just rewatch any other video you want, any other Touching Tips. You can see that intro at any time. You look out of breath.
Shut up.
Running. Were you having sex? Is that what you were doing?
I wish I was working, bitch. I was almost killing a bunch of old ladies driving the freeway trying to get here in time.
Working them streets.
You didn't try hard enough then, Jackpot.
I didn't.
You turned many tricks today, Jackpot?
No.
Slow business. No, that was the wait for Jackpot. Okay. Well, he's here
Sorry,
now.
I'm late.
Sorry's is not good enough. It's not good enough.
Never
this
late.
Is getting deducted.
Yeah,
this is getting deducted from your payments.
Fuck, there's no payments.
I was about to give you a massive payment, and now I'm going to cancel it. I was going to give you a big.
Get a fucking.
You're going to get a new house. You're going to get a story added to your house.
I'm still gonna get that stuff, right?
Muzz, we're still in negotiations with you. You didn't sign the contracts that Jackpot
Anybody
did.
knows. If there's anybody on the chat, just know we don't get anything. So when you trying to get any donations,
oh my god,
subtract that by 99%.
Understand how privileged you are to be speaking to me right now. Do you understand what a privilege that is?
Listen, if anything, anything positive about this is talking to Muzz, because he's the only one with common sense in this episode you're going on. And then the chat. You know, I don't care about you.
Yeah. Fozzie Bear is
so
there.
You get a quiz, don't talk to me.
Anyway, Muzz was about to tell us what he's been up to in the last week since we did Touching Tips.
The surprise answer is not much.
Damn, another.
I've been just craving a video game that I can really sink my teeth into, and I just can't find it. Helldivers is good. Helldivers is good, but it's not a VR game.
Yeah,
it's just not.
It's just not.
Yep.
Right.
You're right.
Jackpot, I know there's no need to ask you what you've been up for the last week, because I know I've been there. I've played with you. I played Helldivers. I bought it. You're like a disease, an STD that's spreading through it, convincing everyone to buy Helldivers.
No, it's democracy. Everybody loves democracy, unless you're a commie. Even LSB switches ways. You know, LSB.
I saw that.
He was a full-on blown up commie, but he ended up getting it. He's enjoying it.
He could be undercover.
Who doesn't love?
He could be undercover.
Democracy. Nah, and if he's undercover, he'll flip. You know, there's just no.
Could be with the bugs, working with the bugs.
That he couldn't.
He's really a bug. He's got human skin like the Men in Black guy that has the human skin over him.
Yes. Actually,
the cockroach is fucking
Yeah.
coming out of his fucking
Is
pores.
that what he looks like? Is that what his face is like in real life?
Stretched
name?
his
I don't know.
skin's all
Vincent
stretched out.
Dunfario or whatever his name is.
I went to
Vincent
Vegas
D'Onofrio.
and he fucking didn't want to meet. He's like,
Yeah, you
"Nah,
said
fuck
that. Yeah.
I tried to
Fucking-
bribe him with weed and everything.
Yeah, you sound like a
didn't
massive
want to.
pedophile. That was pedophile behavior. Like trying to bribe someone. It's like, oh, I got gummies. Come into the back of the van. You know, I'd avoid you
No,
as
no
well.
vans.
Oh, we go to the circus. The Cirque du Soleil or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
It was cool, yeah. So it was cool.
Yeah. Well, I would have avoided you too. He's probably underage. He's probably like a 12. LSP's probably 12.
Fuck no, he's old as shit.
Yeah. How do you know? You never met him.
No, but he told me he's old.
That doesn't mean
Not
anything.
Dan old.
That doesn't mean anything.
Not Dan old.
A child could tell you
What
they're
do mean?
old. A child can tell you they're old.
Nah.
Yes, they can.
Well, he does use a lot of voice mods, so
There you
never
go.
know.
There you go.
Sounds like bug trickery to me.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
12-year-old bug. That's what he is. Donnie says, I don't know about having sense, but I have dollars. See, that doesn't work when you're typing it, because I can see the sense that you typed is not the CNTS, like money. You know, it's the correct one. Anyway, Pete Hawkins is here. How you doing, Pete Hawkins? He says, word up, gents. Gaming, reptiles, and nonsense. What kind of nonsense are we talking about, Pete? Chaos says, hey fellas, how y'all doing, Chaos? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. LSP says he's 12 going on 50.
Damn.
He's just trying to lure him. You're Chris Hansen. That's what he is. He's Chris Hansen. He's a little trap. That's what he is. Are we ready to start the first topic of episode 71?
Yes.
Let's
All
get
right,
going.
let's do it. This one is a game that's coming out tomorrow for ye Americans. It might be, I don't know if it's a midnight release, but if it is a midnight release, then it's out right now in Europe. Good chance it's not a midnight release though, because smaller games don't seem to get those. But it's Overdark, a game we've been talking about for a while. That Do Not Open spin-off. So Do Not Open, kind of a semi-popular, like it got a decent enough following on PC when it came out. I think it released on consoles as well. And then it was supposed to be made into a VR game. And then I think they stopped that and they said, listen, we'll just do its own separate game. It's Overdark. It's its own thing. And I reached out to the developer and asked for a copy, and he said yes. So I got a copy of it, but I haven't got to play it yet.
You should ask for 3, bitch.
That's greedy. That's being cheeky and greedy, but I'll try next time.
Nice job, though, getting a key. Because it looks, doesn't look bad to me.
It does look good, and the previews, early previews have been good as well. I would have had, if I got the key sooner, I would have tried to have the review ready for, ASAP, preferably
There's
tomorrow.
a demo on the PC version, it says.
For Do Not Open, is it?
Yeah, they're not open store.
Or Overdark? Which one are you talking
No,
about?
they're not open. Yeah, no, this one, the Overdark, I believe. But I think it looks. Do you know what the price is gonna be when it releases?
No, I don't know. I don't know those details.
$30.
When I was looking it up earlier on today, the only person who had a review up already was Jammy Hero, and that YouTuber. We've covered him a few times now. He's pretty positive about us. He did say it was like a pre-release build, so expect like day one patch, I guess, for whatever issues that he may have encountered in that build. And he kind of there's a lot of comparisons to Propagation, Paradise Hotel. Did you play that, Jackpot? Or
Nope.
Muzz even? I know you was like on
I'm
your to-do list.
I'm a little ways into it. Not too far.
Okay. I think that was like one of the best games last year, Propagation.
It looks really good. I'm liking the aesthetics. Has good graphics.
Are you talking about Propagation or are you talking about Overdark?
Yeah. No.
Is it scary?
Okay. Yeah, it is. It's like the original Resident Evil. Like you're going around. It's a hotel, but it kind of feels like an old spooky mansion.
This one's supposed to have Resident Evil vibes too. This Overdark. It has
Yeah.
like a lot of.
So
Looks like Resident Evil 7-ish, right? A little.
This game,
Like with the house.
I suppose, but
Yeah,
like
this-
this one doesn't have the combat, so it's kind of one of those games where you
Right.
need to run. I guess if you come up against something, kind of like an Outlast or whatever.
I
It's
kind of
more
like that more than the combat, to be honest. If it's a scary game, that's the scariest when you feel fucking.
Yeah, but some people hate that though.
Yeah.
Some people feel like it's a cheap way to make you scared. Like you can't fight back, you're forced to run. I don't mind. I prefer. Actually, I don't have a preference. I like, both can be done well. I thought like Outlast was a really good game. I didn't play the second one, but I really liked the first one.
There's a lot of segments. There's a lot of segments in Resident Evil 7 that you don't fight back either, and it's good.
Yeah. That's why the first hour, of that game is fucking terrifying because you don't have anything to fight back with.
Yeah, it's been like 6 years since I've touched that, and I've never come back.
Then like you get a shotgun. It's like, oh, this is fun now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Muzz, I cut you off.
No, just saying, like when Jack's chasing you all through the beginning, you don't have anything to fight back with. You're just running for your life. Yeah. And then you also play as Mia for a while, and you don't have weapons there either. You're just running from Marguerite.
Yeah. Marguerite's
when good. It's just people talk about horror games and we had just 4 horror games, but I think like you guys are talking about, there's quite a bit of different type of horror games that we can have. It can be something like this. It can be like Resident Evil mixture, more action. Or it can be something like what is it? The fucking Exorcist games, remember?
Yeah.
More of that stuff. So I know some people are sick of it, but I fucking, even though I never play them, I love the scary games. I love that they bring.
I love these games. I'll never play. Keep them coming.
Because it works.
Them coming.
I
like the idea of playing them someday. I like the idea.
Shooting games in this way. I don't have money to spend fucking $30 every other month on a scary game that'll barely touch. But if I get a review code, which I never will, I would fucking play scary games.
Nice.
For free.
Play it for free. So yeah, Madison is out on Friday as well, so it's kind of gonna be between this and that. Like they're kind of going head to head. The way it's gone.
They got to be confident about the game to go like head to head with Madison.
It's probably.
Imagine if this one turns out to be the better game of the two. Madison.
Yeah.
And being that good.
I think everyone's kind of expecting Madison to be the better one because it's like it's a port of a well-known game. And then of course there's Happy Funland, which Brannon brings up. He says, "Hey all, how you doing, Brannon? How happy Funland we having today?" I don't understand that, but he's laughing about us, so I assume it's funny. And I don't
just
know.
asking how it is.
How's Happy Funland? I don't know what it is.
He's just making
gotta
a joke,
explain it for
probably.
me. I don't understand the joke is what I'm saying, Jackpot. Oh, you got
He's
your
playing
game
with the
lights
word.
back on.
Playing with the word.
Which word is he playing with?
Happy Funland.
Which word? What's the play? How is he playing with that?
Happy Funland. How happy
is he playing with
Funland
us?
we having today? Listen, doesn't matter. Next topic.
Next.
Anyways, but yeah, this looks, in my opinion, this looks
does look good. I think I could be wrong. Don't quote me, but I think Jammy Hero did say like it was a short one, like 2 to 3 hours. I could be wrong again.
Perfect.
I should watch it again to make sure. But
$20.
Then hopefully it's about $20.
But that's like Happy Funland territory in terms of length, because that game took me less than 3 hours. I think a lot of people were like 2.5.
How much is that game? Price wise,
25.
I feel like if it's 2 hour game, it should be like $20, $15, $20. Depends on if it's $25, it might be too much, but I don't know because they might be like, bitch, all this work, 25 is not enough. But
that's true. Like they have to eat. But at the same time, like Happy Funland didn't even have like click turn or didn't have smooth turn, and you were forced to do click turn and this kind of shit. So
that's
crazy.
So
I was like, damn, we have another fucking IGN reviewer here. What the fuck's going on? I was like, wait, no. Remember IGN fucking Borderlands 2 was like, there's only click turning. It's like, no, you just have to go into the settings.
Yeah, forgotten about that. I'd forgotten about that.
Maybe that's what you did. Did you forget? Did you?
I literally did like only 2 settings. It was like you can change the degrees of the snap turn, like 90, 60, 45, and you can turn on a vignette thing for when you're walking, and that's it.
It's weird. For that game, you would expect.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. And that game would have been much like it's not an awful game. Like those little additions like that, where you like just the basics, you would think at this stage, and it would have been upped a couple of points maybe in reviews. But as it is right now, everyone's kind of like all the reviews are kind of the same. I think. I was worried when I gave it like 2 out of 5, and I was worried, shit, is this going to be like really harsh compared to what other people are giving? But then everyone else was kind of like, some of them were like,
don't worry about what
worse
other
than me.
people give it.
Yeah, I know.
cares
But
about it?
you know, you don't like when you do when you're the odd one out. Then people are like, "Oh, he's just doing it for attention or something like that." So I don't want that either.
No, oh man, no.
But
Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe like, man, this is the only guy that is honest, and everybody else might be biased because of whatever reasons. You
Because
know,
they
you
got
never
free
know what
codes.
people are gonna think.
there you go.
Because they got
But
free
it
codes, or
turns
they
out
got the fucking sweatshirts and the beanies with the game and the fucking name on the thing.
it turns out everybody's honest. Everybody's honest. At least for Happy Funland.
Everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Happy Funland, Overdark and Madison, I think it's safe to say it's a 2-horse race as to which is the best horror game of the month. And I still suspect Madison will be the better game, maybe by length
Longer.
alone.
Mm-hmm.
But this looks good, and keep in mind this is ground up VR as well, whereas Madison is like a port from a flat game. So those people who kind of prefer the interactions and stuff like that in VR might prefer Overdark. Remains to be seen. But I do plan, by the way, on streaming this tomorrow. So because I don't have a review ready, I just want to stream it instead. So tomorrow night I'll be streaming.
It's cheap.
Overdark.
Fair enough.
When does it come out? When is it released?
Tomorrow.
Also, okay, depending on the price. If it's cheap, $20, 15, I might buy it, just watch a little bit. If not, I'll just watch your stream because I hate fucking spoilers, especially with scary games. You know exactly what's gonna happen. So
But you don't have to worry about it because you'll never play a scary game.
listen, if it's like $15 and it's only 2 hours, I'll fucking pop it instead of
Then
One
do
of
that
them
for
is-
Propagation. Propagation is a short game as well. You should definitely play that one.
propagation. How much is that?
Like
Probably fucking
20-ish. I could be wrong. It's definitely not an expensive one.
We'll
Important
see.
says, can you make hamburgers with ground up VR? There you go. Now that's a play on words that I understand. I still don't understand Brandon's play on words. It's frustrating me now that I don't get it. Maybe Important can understand it because he's intelligent.
It's free. Wait,
It's not
propagation
free. It's
VR?
called Propagation Paradise Hotel. Don't forget the Paradise Hotel part.
Okay, fuck.
So it's
man.
like
You gotta fucking
it's
be
apparently like a
specific.
sequel to that free one. That free one is like a weird wave shooter thing. I don't know. I don't
bitch,
think it
you
even
gotta
came on
mix it.
PlayStation. It's like a
No?
PC only thing.
$20.
$20. I think definitely
Yeah.
worth it. Definitely worth it.
Is it? You
Yeah.
played him, Muzz? I don't trust this guy's opinion. You played him, Muzz, or no?
Not very far into it, but it is good so far.
And is
But
it like
I haven't
Very-
even got past. I haven't got past like the points that I've already seen other people playing it. So, but yeah, it is good, and it looks really good too, graphic-wise.
But is it scary or is it more actiony?
No, it's definitely scary, but again, I've already seen most of what I've been playing so far, so it's nothing's really like scaring me because I've already seen the.
But it's
early
it's zombies, so it's not like demons and shit. I
Yeah.
know some people are like more afraid of like demons and ghosts compared to zombies. So if you're less
Fuck
afraid
yeah.
of zombies, then it's just zombies. But there are like really dark corridors, and then there's like all these bodies littered, and sometimes they'll spring to life, and you don't know if they will or not. So
What's the fucking name? The Exorcist and what's the other one? Fuck, Paranormal Activity.
Yeah,
Those
those are
games for me.
terrifying. Those are terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we don't have a topic about that, so I'm just going to talk about that really quick now because we did talk about it before. We did say that The Exorcist was coming to PSVR2, and now it's available on the store to wishlist. So just a small little thing.
Right, multiplayer, right? Or
No.
co-op?
The original. So they're like remastered.
Oh, the original.
It's I can't remember what they're calling this. Like a
Buy that
like a
shit.
something
If you haven't
edition,
played that?
enhanced edition or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Exorcist is really good. Episodes 3 in particular. Brandon says, "Happy fun on a bad game. Just never mind." How happy fun land we having today? Still doesn't make sense to me, Brandon. I'm sorry. He says Twilight Zone ? I've not reached out to get a review of code for that because I just don't think I'm going to like it.
Which one?
Twilight Zone. I haven't heard good things about it, so I assume it's
Yeah.
like it's probably just like it came out in Quest, and I don't know if it came out on PC as well, but it came out
Hey,
in
we
Quest
just-
last year, and I think it came out with a bad reception, and I don't know if they've done anything to improve it. I assume it's just a straight port.
I see.
What are you saying?
I see. I was gonna say, might as well still ask for it. You never know. But if you're just gonna shit on the game, then they're probably not gonna want to give you a code.
Well, there you go. Don't ever release a game on Quest first, or I'm going to deduct. 20 points from the beginning.
2 fucking pumpkins deducted immediately.
But yeah, Overdark. I'm looking forward to streaming this tomorrow. Would have done a review if I got it a bit sooner, but that's my fault for not reaching out quicker. And it also sprung up quicker as well. Like, I couldn't believe Madison's like out in 2 days as well. Like, this month has just gone by really fast, I think. Anyway, next topic. PC support. We're back on this topic again. PSVR2 coming to PCs. And because of that, remember we talked about an update that came out like a week or two ago? People have done some digging, and it turns out that update in the firmware of the PSVR2 enabled nVidia support, whatever that means. But basically, it means that when you plug it in, if you can get the PC to... Basically, the PC will recognize the PSVR2 as a headset instead of as a monitor now. So that... People who were thinking that there was going to be like a Steam Link situation going on are now more thinking that this points to the fact that you'll just be plugging it in directly to the PC. There'll be
bitch.
That's what I thought too initially, but that's because I didn't have any understanding about how this shit works at all. I just assumed that was the logical thing. I didn't think a PS5 would be like a bridge.
Well, that makes more sense that they just fucking update it instead of having to... I mean, I know they're snakes and they want money and they want us to buy $100 adapters, but this will make more sense for them to start...
No, you don't understand. This is the way. You still need an adapter for this method. So the other way, if you used a PS5, you wouldn't need an adapter because you'd be streaming it from the PS5 or some shit like that.
Yeah, but you can't stream that shit.
No, but I mean, like, you stream from your PC to your PS5 using a hypothetical like Steam Link app, and then directly from the PS. That's what people were suspecting in the beginning, because
that's too far fetched now. The cord directly, and then whatever adapters or whatever.
I'm telling you, you'll need the adapter for this. You'll need the adapter.
Right, but that for me that makes more sense than having to fucking do the whole streaming and then the latency and then the fucking...
I agree, but that's how I thought it was going to be in the first place. I didn't think you'd need an adapter. I thought you'd be able to just plug it the USB-C in, but apparently
me too.
The modern graphic cards don't support that. There was older ones that did, but these newer ones don't, so they need an adapter.
Interesting.
So this is not good news. Well, it's not bad news for people like me who just have a PSVR2 and a PS5, don't have a PC, so it doesn't change my life really in any way. But if you have a PC, then good for you. You know, a gaming PC that can do VR, good for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then now it's just a matter of, do we wait for Sony to like announce some kind of like official Sony brand adapter that you can just plug and play it on a PC, or do you go through these third-party guys to buy the adapter?
Yeah, because there's IV or Y. I don't know Ivory. I don't know what their name is, but they've been working on this since before Sony announced that they were going to do it. They did it for PSVR 1. And he had his own kind of adapter thing that he's making himself, and he's like giving it to his Patreon members, and he's already testing it with one beta tester right now, and it's working. So there is actually a screenshot out there of somebody playing Half-Life Alyx on a PSVR 2. But like, we don't have the footage or anything like that. But I think it's probably safer to wait now, you know, just to see.
Yeah. Because we don't I don't suppose that this this Ivory adapter thing is going to support eye tracking or enhance like the visuals to the PlayStation VR2, like the quality that it can run, kind of thing.
Yeah, like the foveated rendering and all that shit. Like,
yeah, all the foveated rendering probably won't be kicking in.
I don't know.
Which I don't even know. I don't even know if Sony makes their own adapter, if like it would work, because the games themselves have to like be compatible. So it could be like, no matter what, when you play like a PC VR game, it's just going to be like the lowest definition that could run through the headset kind of thing.
You would have to like imagine that modders would come along and do it themselves.
But no, that's I think like, I mean, the quality of the screen itself, it's really fucking good regardless of the rendering or not. So I think it's just like, let's say a Quest. You're going to connect it and it's going to be great, and it's going to fucking have the feedback of the rumble, all that shit, because that's probably going to be easy to patch for the devs. I think the interesting part, like you guys are saying, is I don't think it's going to take that long, but I think Sony's going to give, you know, the chance of these devs on the PC to be able to, use that technology, like you're saying, the eye tracking. I don't think it's gonna be like you guys saying, I agree, not right off the bat, but I don't think it's gonna be. I think some mods are gonna do stuff, but I think it's gonna just Sony's gonna because otherwise you're fucking shooting yourself in the foot if you're not allowing these devs to use that technology to their advantage so you can sell more fucking headsets, because that's one of the advantages, in my opinion, or the selling points of this headset. Not only the OLED screen, but the fucking feedback of the controllers, the headset, and the eye tracking, because you can, let's say that you have your fucking computer, right? And you say, hey, you can run this fucking game, but with the PSVR 2, the developers have the fucking rendering on the eye, so it looks even fucking better for the PlayStation VR 2. That's like the best place to play, even for PC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It would be stupid for them not to let them have access to, like, what's the point? Don't bother doing this if you're not going to let them. Because the only way this benefits people like me is if all of a sudden the developers who only make PC VR games are like, well, we might as well optimize for PSVR2, and then if we're optimizing for PSVR2 and taking advantage of these features, we might as well port to PS5 as well, as soon as we've got this shit figured out as well. That's the only kind of trickle down kind of benefit maybe someone like me might get, but I don't expect. Yeah. Like, it would have to move a lot, I think, for that to be a thing.
Yeah, but it's an opportunity, a door that could open that way, I feel like.
Yeah. Important says, it could be big if OVS rendering just worked through some Steam VR or OpenX or Magic. Then he says, eye tracked. Oh shit. Baby cow on the screen.
What? Baby cow? Oh no.
$2 Canadian dollars.
Now a game cat specifically.
I thought you meant it was baby cow. Two in the donation.
That's very moist.
No, not cow. That's just cow.
Walid is now a game cat specifically a white tiger. What price point makes VR too moist and mainstream?
Hold on. Okay, I'm going to get to that comment, Walid. Sorry, thank you very much, but let me just finish what Important was saying, and then I'll get to you. He said, I could see them firing up the PSVR factory again if it's that useful for PC VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they start moving big amounts, but I don't know.
Dude, the PCVR people, in my opinion, fucking, they're the ones that started everything. They're the fucking intense.
Yeah, but they never got big. But they never got big. Like, there's like a small amount of them out there, is what I'm saying.
Right, but there's a fuckload of people that have PCVRs, and people that are PCVRs are really intense. In my opinion, they really like their shit, and they would go and spend $500-$600 for this fucking headset. So I do think
because the quality
is gonna sell. This is because like Mud said, the quality is there. I think there's some headsets that are supposedly really fucking fancy. They're like $800-$900. Somebody in the chat probably knows. But this is a fucking steal for the technology, for the people. I'm telling you, dude, this is gonna sell. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's gonna fucking no, but it's gonna sell pretty good on the PC.
But then you have, you know, Digital Foundry. You have the John Linneman fella there. Somebody was asking him. He was like, no, Quest 3 is still better than PSVR 2 because it has the pancake lenses, not the Fresnel lenses, and it's still cheaper than a PSVR 2 as well. So he reckons that even though the blacks and the the color quality is better on PSVR 2, that this trade-off is still better for Quest. So.
But you can say about the pancake lenses, that's all, and maybe you say the fucking AR or whatever mixed reality. But it's because, dude, I don't think people. Maybe for me, it's just more big of a deal. But I play fucking Pablo forever on the PC, and as soon as I touched it on the PSVR 2, I don't want to ever fucking play Pablo on the PC, Unless shut the fuck up,
Don't agree with him. Don't you agree with him?
Because I have it on the PSVR 2. The only reason I'll play on the PC again is if they
make a wish from LSB.
Listen, but honestly, for me, it's a huge difference, dude. A game playing it with the PSVR 2 headset, and not only about the graphics. No, I mean the fucking the feedback on the controllers, especially a shooting game. It makes a huge difference. So for me, the fucking pancake lenses, or if it looks slightly better in this, for me, the selling point is the eye tracking, but the fucking feedback in the controllers. For me, that's one of the main things that separates it.
The PlayStation VR 2 also, it just has like that smaller sweet spot for the visual, which isn't a big deal, but some people don't like to have like, it has to be very specifically like on your face in a perfect way for the picture to be as clear as it can be. And if it moves a little bit, then it will throw everything off. Yeah. Where the pancake lenses, you have that freedom to kind of You don't
It's
have
bigger.
to be like.
It's a bigger sweet spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me get to that
Just
super
for
chat then.
drawings,
So
but-
from Waleed is now a game cat, specifically a white tiger. He says, what price
Nice.
point makes VR2 moist and mainstream? It's completely unrealistic, but 299 is the number that makes it. Even then, I don't know if it goes mainstream, but that's like the closest you get to mainstream. Like people say 400, and I know you'd like even 400, they'd have to take a massive loss probably. So 300 is definitely like not feasible, but I just think that's how you go mainstream, a big number like that. But obviously you don't go straight to us. You try and drop down to it. Maybe by the time we get to PS6, it still supports PSVR2, and then they're able to cut it down like another 100 and another 100 every 2 years or something. And we'll talk about the Quest 2 as well later on. That's a topic, how they've dropped their price down to like 200.
Yes.
But that's going to be a whole topic later on. But Sony need to do it. Like they absolutely need to do it. This PC thing is like one step, I think, in getting PSVR2s moving, but it's like a smaller step compared to price. Like price is just the biggest step they can take right now. Cut the fucking price.
So how much?
Right
they have to go
now,
to 400.
go
400
399,
right now.
399. Not for that won't get you mainstream, but that might get you PSVR 1 levels of success.
Even at
least.
299, I don't think it'll go mainstream, dude.
You don't think so?
Because
What's the mainstream number for you then?
Well,
Like, hold on.
they need to-
Because it's not about
They
that.
need-
Did Quest 2 go mainstream in your opinion?
I mean, it not mainstream, but compared to what the PlayStation VR fucking 2 is, it's a fucking little crumbs that over here.
Well, okay, then we have to define. Like, how do you define mainstream then? What is mainstream? Then?
But mainstream for me is like fucking. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, Christmas, right? Everybody, all the kids and fucking Christmas and the internet. My Switch. Everybody was fucking. And then like the year after, it was like everybody's fucking getting a Quest. That doesn't mean. But for me, it's more mainstream now than VR. But for me, the problem with VR2 is, even though, let's say, fucking realistically, oh my god, they drop it to $300. Yeah, more people might buy it, but it's still a lot of money for, no offense, and you're a bitch. There's not a lot of really fucking cool main games like we talk about.
Yeah, but
GTA,
okay, but I just said
shit
there,
that
like
will
price
pull
is one
people.
thing. It's one factor. Like it has to be more than jazz. Like more than that. Sorry. Like obviously
Right,
games.
so then
Games
it's
is
never gonna
another
go
step.
mainstream
Is
at
another.
whatever
No, but I'm
price.
saying it needs. Okay,
never
but
go mainstream.
it needs a good price, and it needs this, that, like X, Y, and Z. You know, it can't just be the price. Price is a big
It needs
step.
to be. It needs to be at the same time. It needs to be the price drop and also an announcement of this is what our future plans are for this headset.
And those
Because
plans
if
have to
you-
look good as well.
The
Well, yeah.
games need to be out.
Preferably.
You know?
In order for me to this supposedly to go get mainstream, more like closer to the Quest, because the Quest again, it's not, for me, I always tell you, it's not a fucking competition. It's totally different because the Quest is a standalone, and it's not only for playing games. People are buying a Quest just to do other shit, right? But for me, I think the games need to be out. Instead of saying, yeah, look, the future we have, fucking look at the Xbox. I'm not saying Xbox saying, look, all this shit we're having, and look at people that buy a Series X. They're fucking don't have any games, and they'll fucking suck for the most part. And that's the truth for me. But anyways, I just don't think that we can do this mainstream unless we have a fuckload of games, quality, really good quality games. And I'm not saying we don't, but like a lot of them and really, really good ones. And then, like you said, the price needs to be a lot lower. But just promising people thinking, look, we're putting $300 now, and but look, all these games eventually are coming. I think obviously it will help, but not to go mainstream, dude. I just don't think we're there yet.
Yeah, but listen, that's not okay. His question was what price to go mainstream. It seems
$100. Everybody will buy it. $100. Everybody will buy it
Yes.
just for the shits and giggles.
Okay.
Everyone would buy it on $100.
Technically, that's true. Technically, that's true, but it's completely unrealistic. But I think
I know.
I think at 300 and a massive push for hybrids, that has to be the next big thing. The next biggest step is hybrids, like PC. This PC support thing, that's like step fucking 16 for me. That should be way lower down the priority list. Like compared, like if you, in terms of you want to get this shit moving, game price, games, marketing. Those are the big three that they need to fucking sort out pronto. And they're focusing on PC, which is, I mean, it's nice, it's fine. I'm not against that. It's just, you know, it's not the big, like I've seen some people, I got this as a point on as well. Some people are like, oh, if PSVR 2 had PC support day one, it would have been flying out of shelves. You know, you wouldn't be able to buy it. But I just don't believe that. I just don't
Yeah,
believe it.
I would love to hear Sony say something soon, but honestly, I don't think we're gonna hear like shit from them for quite a few months, just because of how they're just running right now. Like
Yeah.
just in general,
And
even with
Jim
flat
Ryan
games,
is
like
leaving as well, so they're going to have a new boss soon.
there's the whole they're gonna have that whole new transition with leadership, and then they're also like just laying off like a lot of devs everywhere for flat games and stuff too. So like they're just kind of going under the radar for a little while, and I think they might just be like MIA until like next year before like they start
And what
doing
if
anything.
the new leader just hates VR? He's like, get rid of this
Well,
shit. Why are we
then it
supporting
might
this?
be over.
And then
It's just
that's it. We're
Then it's
done.
just dead. We're just dead.
So that's
We'll just play PC games. We'll have to all buy PCs and play our.
yeah, it's scary. So
Yeah.
like, say what you want about Jim Ryan. I know he's a lot of people that think he led Sony in a bad place with like live service and stuff like that, but at least he kept the PSVR dream alive for a few more years.
Well,
It's dead.
It's still alive. It's on life support, but it's alive.
It's
alright.
not dead. It's not gonna die, but it's not like I'm telling you.
It's not
you
thriving.
guys-
It's not thriving, but nobody's pretending.
No,
Nobody's
like
acting
if
like
you,
it is.
if I know it's fucking very hard. It took me fucking years to save for a PC. But if you're thinking about it, should I get one? Should I not? My opinion, save for a PC because there's so many fucking games on the PC. And if you already buy a PC and by that time the PSVR2, hopefully the support is there. And if not, $200 get a Questicle. But I think by then the PSVR2 support should be there. But dude, I'm telling you, these motherfuckers, I don't understand what they're doing with their marketing over there. I know that everybody's cutting, fucking heads off, as in, laying people off because of the economy, whatever. But still, I don't think, even when the economy was good, fucking we get blog posts. It's always been trash. It's just like, I don't understand why some people still have like that hope, like it's gonna change. And I don't
People are
think
just
so,
not
dude. I
spending.
think it's always gonna be shitty air for the most part. Some really cool games, but they just never give a fuck. I feel like, right? They don't show at
Well,
least.
That's how it seems, though.
Yeah.
I think it's just they're getting hit with like the realization that people aren't spending as much as they used to, just like right now in general.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why they don't have any like a planned like exclusives for flat games like this year. Like nothing coming from Sony.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure The Last of Us Online was supposed to be their big flat game this year before it got cancelled.
But now there's nothing. They don't have one flat screen game. So like, are you telling me that you're expecting them to like to come out and push VR in a big way when they have no first party exclusives on flat this year? Probably
Well,
not.
like
not this year, no.
I'm expecting them to do it if they want to sell the fucking thing, if they
Right.
believe in it. But I don't believe that they believe
But,
in it
like-
like the way I want them to anyway.
Yeah, but I mean that means like you want them to like announce big first party Sony VR games before they announce like any big first party flat screen PlayStation games.
I mean,
And I don't see that happening. I would love it, but I don't think that VR is as important to them as their big flat screen.
I don't-
God of Wars and
I don't even need them. Like first party stuff would be amazing, obviously, but
yeah.
If
Well,
they
that's
were
what everybody
if-
that's what everybody wants them to say though before they buy it. Like
oh yeah, I know
They-
that
they
they
don't-
have
they-
this
they don't
support
wanna-
coming forward and a roadmap and etc. And I
Yeah.
agree with that, but I'm just saying like I can wait for first party if you're giving me the Skyrims, if you're giving me the fucking
Right.
Hitmans and stuff like that we did have on PSVR 1. But
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
right now we're like, what's the big game we're waiting on right now?
But the problem is that not only like I mean, of course, the fucking exclusives, but the problem is that now we're dealing with people from the PC, like developers, they don't even fucking want to bring their game to the PSVR2 because there's no money to be made. So it fucking sucks because at least we're like, okay, we don't have exclusives, but at least we're fucking eating over here because we get in the leftovers of the Quest and of the PC. But not even that. Like we talk about,
It's
the
scary. It's
fucking
getting
Des from what is it? Ghost of Tabor said they might lose money on it.
Yeah, well, it's definitely coming. They're still going to port it, but they're expecting to lose money,
I know.
as you said.
So that sucks because that says that most devs probably don't want to do this. I really fucking hope Contractors does it because I feel like
that's the one I
gonna
want to play the most.
give some
Yeah.
life to the PSVR 2.
Let me catch up on some more comments. Actual, how you doing? Says devs. Looks like niche market. PSVR owners with PC viewer hardware. It is a smaller, unless like there's people out there who seem to think that There's a lot of people out there with PCs who are just waiting for that right headset to come along, and now the PSVR2 is going to be that headset, and millions of them are going to rush out to the stores and they're going to buy all these PSVR2 headsets, but that's not going to happen.
Who said that?
I think, in my opinion, deluded people.
No, but you're hearing people saying...
I'm seeing it on Reddit. I'm seeing it on Reddit that's like, oh... Well, I'm seeing people saying that if they launched with PC viewer support, then it would have flown off the shelves and we wouldn't be in the situation we're in now where they have to cancel production to sell the fucking inventory. That? I don't believe that. They'd sell more.
No?
They'd be selling more, but not hotcakes. You know, we're still not outselling the Quest. You know, that's not going to happen.
Fuck, that's never going to happen.
That's what I'm saying, but that's the implication. That's the implication they're saying, you know, that's going to outsell. It's going to be the top dog.
If they would have come out, the PSVR 2 support, when it came out, the release for PC, and the developers said, hey, they won this game, Beat Saber, all these fucking games. They won. They're going to be supported with the eye track and all that. I think it would have fucking sold a lot because I don't think it's people that are waiting to buy headsets. I think people who already have headsets, maybe somebody has a Quest 2, they're like, man, I'm fucking waiting. I'm not going to buy a Quest 3. I'm going to buy a PSVR 2. I think it would have not fly off the shelves, but it would have sold a lot more headsets, I think.
I know. I mean, it depends on, again, the wording they're using is like flying hotcakes, flying off the shelves. I just don't agree with that. I would agree maybe it sells 500,000 more, you know, but I don't know if it goes more than something like that. Anyway, Important says your trickle-down benefits is that there's more PSVR 2s out there and the device stays alive. Kind of. But it doesn't guarantee me support for PSVR 2 games, if you know what I mean. Maybe like it benefits PC viewer in general. It doesn't necessarily benefit PSVR 2, the ecosystem over here on PS5. You know?
Yeah.
Unless Sony come out with their own dedicated store and they don't let you play any of the other PC stuff unless it's coming through that store or something like that, and then they make money on it that way, and there's more of a benefit that way, but that's not going to happen either, I don't think. Germ Warfare says there are PC head-mounted displays going for several grand. They are, but they're not selling. I don't know. Is that like I understand that it's going to be very attractive. If you're looking for something with eye tracking, then like the $550 PSVR 2 is going to be attractive, but I still don't think it sells like in the millions, you know?
No.
On PC. Waleed says, John Linneman said his friend said VR 2 is blurrier, but Fovea said an eye tracking will eliminate that. He was speaking on behalf of his friend. Okay, I misread that tweet then. I thought he was speaking on his own experience. Important says that Digital Foundry guy is wrong. PSVR 2 is better in every way other than the sweet spot than Quest 3. I have both. Okay. I'll take your words for it because I've never tried a Quest 3 and I never will. Important says better comfort colors, FOV, haptics, brightness, black levels, etc. The tracking is much better on Quest 3 though, so that's two things. Waleed says sounds like price is not the only factor to go mainstream. Definitely not. But it is the biggest one, I think. But you definitely... games is obviously another massive thing as well. So you can't... Nobody's going to buy it if it doesn't have the games. And that's why I thought PSVR 2 was going to be going so well, because Jim Ryan in the interviews before launch, he was talking about, we believe hybrid games are the way to go. We look at Resident Evil 7 and the success we had with that, and we believe that's the future. And with the PSVR 2, it's going to be so much easier for developers to go from flat and to turn their games into hybrid games. And like he made it sound like they're going to press the button.
He's trying to bamboozle you. Buy my $600 headset. Don't worry. Look, all this shit. And you're like, oh, fuck.
Well, it's true. It's true. Like you see Capcom doing this, it's like, oh, shit. Yeah, it is fucking amazing when they do this. But the problem is getting them to do it. You know, Sony can't go around bribing every single studio to do it. They just don't have the money for it. Like apparently it's $5 million to get Resident Evil 7. So if we want every single flat game, like $5 million for every single game, like it's a lot. We want them to do it themselves because they want to, and because it's profitable for them to do it, because it's going to boost their game sales. But the way it is now, that's not happening. Waleed says... Sorry.
Go ahead.
Waleed said Astrobot 1 remaster and 2. Astrobot was like, it'd be a good step in the right direction. It's still not enough to make it go mainstream by itself, but it would be a nice feather in our PSVR 2 cap.
I mean, they have Moss, but they don't have like a bigger like family type of like draw like a Astrobot yet.
Yeah, and there's like a Max Mustard game coming out, which is apparently an Astrobot type game, which is not too bad on Quest.
Yeah. This is the stupidest name for a video game I've ever heard.
Max Mustard. Let's review.
Automatically makes me not want to play it. Like honestly, like I don't want to play Max Mustard.
Do you know when we did that? Remember we did that video where we were ranking like the games we were most anticipating? I think we just said Max Mustard, and all of us were like, "No, put that in the bottom."
They were on the bottom, and apparently, like people are reviewing it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Weird.
It's Astrobot apparently with like not as good graphics.
But you would expect, hey, we know how to do platform games, and we can do this. Let's just do it, dude. Call Mustard or whatever. Like
Max
it
Mustard.
could be a lot of different fucking things, you know. But they it's just some dude.
His girlfriend is Christy Ketchup. Donnie says that will be one major blog post if it happens. That'd be a blog post to end all blog posts, Donnie. But that's what I'm saying as well about marketing. Marketing is another big factor that needs to change. Also, of course, it's difficult. It's difficult to market viewer though. That's the problem. Importance is mainstream.
Is it?
Yeah, because like it's like you can't show someone what viewer is like in a video. You know.
Well, they can do better than fucking.
They can do better
nothing.
than what they're doing. Yeah, no.
I'm saying. Put a fucking stand like Muzz says every time. Put a fucking demo. Somebody playing a fucking Questicle or a fucking PSVR2 and somebody's there, fucking make sure they don't steal it. And then that's it.
Luckily, PSVR2s are wired, so we don't have to worry about that. Importance says mainstream needs consistent AAA releases. Hybrids count. Not just 3 AAA titles at launch. Needs 4 or 5 per year at least. And I agree, because when you look at consoles, obviously first party, they don't do it first party, but they can rely on the third parties to come in. Even just the FIFA, the yearly Call of Duty, that's enough. We don't have the yearly AAA guarantee on PSVR2.
Well,
we've had a good start. Sorry, must go.
We need to wait. Gotta wait and see what that new team is gonna do once they start revealing their projects.
Oh, flat to viewer, you mean?
Yeah, flat to VR guys. Once we figure out if they're gonna be helping out.
Yeah, but then like they're just
substantial way.
Like they probably can't do 3 or 4. Let's pretend for like a minute that they're getting in massive AAA games. They probably can't put out like 3 or 4 of them in 1 year.
No, but anything's better than nothing at this
point. 100%.
And it might start like Sony like jumping in as well, which is pretty sad to think. Like they need to wait for like these guys to like prove that it's going to be successful, and then Sony's going to be like, all right, we'll do it too.
Why do they need, like can't they look at Capcom and already see that with Resident Evils?
Yeah, I
Gran
guess
Turismo, can't they see it with Gran Turismo? You know.
Sales in general, I guess, just aren't high enough for them. I don't know. I don't know what the money part is behind it all.
Yeah.
The economy probably fucking sucks. Nobody has money to fucking blow on 2, 3, 4 games.
Yeah.
Actual says
risk that much money on something that might make them feel motion sickness.
Which is why we got to cut the price. Actual says PSVR dead hardware. Sony only giving it final days to live on PC. It's crazy. Like some people see it as a sign of them washing their hands on PSVR2, and then other people are like, they should have been here day one. So it's like, well, which way is it? Sony has VR marketing ? Says Donnie. I think we all did. You get the email recently about PSVR2? It was showing off Legendary Tales and Metro. It was like, you didn't get that, all right?
Dude.
I think over in Europe we got an email, so you know they're stepping it up. They're stepping it up. Waleed,
there's email spamming people now.
Just Jim Ryan typing in by hand. Every single PSVR2 owner. It takes them 1 hour because there's not that many of us. Waleed says the slow, quiet growth ironically ensures PSVR2 survives, as Sony is letting it live at low budget. All in push, which if fails, will ensure PSVR2 is dead. The problem is, I'm not sure there is growth right now. You're talking about slow, quiet growth. I just don't know if there is, like, if we're comparing it to PSVR 2 or PSVR 1, sorry. Like, I think it's tracking behind PSVR 1 right now. I think. Obviously, they haven't given us an official update, but that's what makes me think it is, because they haven't told us.
I'm just thinking about the next year. Every week, like we've been doing for the past 4 months, we're gonna spend an hour just complaining about fucking crying, depressing shit about how fucking it sucks.
Every week. Every week's the same story.
But here's the thing. Like, eventually Phasmophobia will come out. Eventually Aces of Thunder will come out. Eventually Metro and Wanderer will come out too. But like, when this happens, it's like, are we going to have anything else after that? Like, because even right now, even if you include those, like, none of those are AAA games. None of those are going to sell systems. Like, not many of them anyway. So
I think Metro is pretty close to a AAA.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair. Like, it's definitely AAA. Like, when it's flat. Like, it's based on a AAA
but
flat
it's a hard sell. Like, oh, this is gonna move headsets. So I think if any game that we're talking about, I can think about the future that could sell headsets, regardless, it's gonna be fucking Contractors. That is the fucking game, and obviously it's not exclusives. But if they make it, hey, look, this is the place, the best place to play, because
we have foveated rendering running on it, and it looks the best possible quality on our headset.
And the fucking feedback on the controllers, I'm telling you, dude, it's night and day. If you play whenever you get a PC, jump and play Pavlov after playing on the PSVR or fucking Preachers, and you'll be like, what the fuck is this? This is trash.
What's the frame rate on Contractors?
Fuck, I don't know. Somebody
does it run pretty smooth? Like, is it kind of
yeah, fucking smooth as shit. Yeah, for me, and even for LSB and Decepticon.
So it should be running probably at least 90, right?
Dude, it should run fucking fine. And the game doesn't have shit graphics, but it doesn't have like fucking firewall graphics. But they're not shit. Like, I'm telling you,
they look fine to me.
Yeah, the weapons look
as long as the weapons look good and the environment looks solid enough that it's like, okay, I can understand like this. Like, everything looks like it's like a real building, and like it's not like it's not like it's not like Breachers where it's kind of like the half measured
smoke?
Like
no the circle smoke,
no more circle smoke.
It looks for me, the models, the gun models and the attachments and all that, they're fucking good, dude. It looks good.
Literally all I want to play right now. All I want to play is Contractors.
The only times I thought Contractors didn't look great was when like you're up high parachuting in and stuff hasn't loaded in properly yet, and it looks a bit like blurry and shit. But that's normal. You know, you expect that.
And it also has like the early jank where you see like the other guys in the sky and they're doing that like kind of like jittery, like they're like stuttering all over the place, but they can iron that shit out.
Yeah.
And it's a beta. When this game comes out, I think it's gonna be very popular. They're gonna make a fuckload of money. And they're gonna continue, I'm assuming, to update this game. And when it comes,
anybody that likes them, anybody that likes these battle royale games, like that's what I'm waiting for, is a game like this where people can see like night and day. Like, you play it on a flat screen game, it might look better, but it's like boring as hell compared to playing it in VR. And I think your YouTube just froze. Oh, never mind. Never mind. It just came back in. Froze for a second. It looks like it's back up again. Okay, thanks for letting me know. They just need to. They need to see, like, because like you can't beat VR, and especially in a game like a battle royale game, because like you feel way more in the experience, obviously, when you're in VR, and being able to like look at your gun and like look at the cool skins that you have on your gun, like right in front of your face, instead of just having your gun like in a fixed position.
Yeah,
well,
it's like.
And people say, like you said, Muzz, like there's something. Everybody plays this game, not this game, Contractors, but like this type of battle royale. Not everybody, but it's very.
And everybody's
popular.
looking for the next big thing. Yeah.
Right. Warzone is fucking huge, right? Warzone is one of the most popular fucking games, right? That you can play right now. Super fucking popular. This, to me, and I don't play a lot of Warzone, is pretty similar to that. And what I like about this game, and I think people will, and I know Pumpkins, you say the opposite just to defend Firewall. But the mechanics, the actual VR mechanics on it, it's very fucking appealing, dude. I mean, you see I was fucking with it, the reloading the weapon. Yes, you were like, no, it's not good. We need to do the button pressing because people get scared.
I didn't say this. You're a lying bitch. You are a lying bitch.
Yes, we were talking about this.
The only time when I think like it's shit is when like you're throwing grenades. Like Firewall 0 Hour has the best grenades. I watched
I
you throw
think
grenades
that-
and contractors. I asked you when I was watching your stream, and you couldn't throw them 3 feet in front of you. It's like, come on, fuck off.
Yeah, but I
Fuck
prefer to
off.
do that instead of just fucking fucking cyborg. Let me look over there at the window.
wait,
Yeah, that's eye
and
track.
just
I'm
hold the
talking about
button.
0 hour. I didn't say ultra. I said 0 hour.
Okay, let me look over. Then it has that too, bitch. It has a pussy ass
the-
fucking option as well. Remember?
I-
Somebody
From
told
what
me.
from what I was watching, it looked like Contractors had the best of both worlds when it comes to grenade throwing.
Well, he didn't show it off then.
Because
Yes, I
you aim with your arm, like you literally like you raise your left hand up and it makes the arc go where you're gonna throw the grenade, and then all you got to do is just like do the hand motion, and then it automatically goes where the arc is
All right.
that you're positioned.
And I
with your
I
other
agree
hand.
that's good, but that's not VR. You know, that's
Right,
button
but
pressing.
No, but you can select
still,
that. You can also.
But
do
I'm
it
just saying, but that's
manually.
good. You wouldn't want to do manually when you have that option, though, would you?
but you still
I
you
never
don't
touch that shit. I will never touch that shit. That fucking shit is
That's why
horrible.
your grenades are always going to be trash.
No, you practice. I like realism. That's what
It's
the
not
thing.
real.
You're like, I
It's
like
not
to
real
open
to
doors
not be
by
able to throw a
pressing-
grenade 3
Okay,
feet in
whatever.
front of
You
you.
like to press buttons to open doors that can
Alright,
fire when you make
okay.
excuses.
Does that game
for them
have
all the
doors? Does
time.
Contractors have doors?
I don't give a fuck about
No.
opening doors. It's
Well,
manual
there you go.
reload.
There you go. You're
can
telling
throw
me.
the
Okay,
grenades.
okay,
Stop
okay.
it. We're not gonna bring fire.
Okay, all right. You
but
brought
when
it
you're
up.
throwing the
Help us.
But when you're throwing the grenade in Contractors, you still have to do the throw animation with your arm. It's not a button press, but it's just
Right.
that the grenade goes where you're targeting with your left hand. It just has like that kind of like a feel of like you're reaching back to throw and your arm is guiding where your throwing is going, and
Yeah.
it has like the
Mhm.
arc.
So it doesn't
I think
matter how
it's-
good your throw is, as long as you're pointing in the right direction, it'll go where you want it
Yeah.
to go, which is good.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it
I
has
think
options.
I
You
think
wanna
it's a
do
good
that?
way to
Or
do
not?
it.
I think so too. Which is it's
But yeah,
pretty
the whole
similar to
point is
0
that
hour.
everything about this game, in my opinion,
Oh, it's better than 0 hour though, because it's not.
You're doing the
Yeah,
actual
it's
motion.
not
Yeah, no,
built
I
in
get
the
that, but it
ground.
still has the arc. It still has the arc, is what I'm
Yes,
saying.
it still has the
Yeah.
arc, but you can turn your head around and it doesn't screw your
Yeah.
job.
Mhm. I'm telling you, this game is it's one of those games that, hey, we won GTA. This fucking game, I'm telling you, everybody's
Okay,
gonna
well,
see it.
the
and
problem
it's
with
gonna
this,
be
like,
the people
is
that don't want.
Are the people who don't play VR, are they talking about Contractors? Do they know it exists? Like,
Of course not, bitch. It's
well,
a,
that's
who
it.
the
Well,
fuck-
then how's it going mainstream then? You know, like maybe
Because when it comes out and it's the shit and everybody's playing it and putting on them fucking TikToks and the fucking
Okay.
YouTubes and the fucking thing, people are, man, they're playing fucking Warzone in VR and people are gonna show the fucking camera of how they're playing it, and then that's when people are gonna realize, hey, you know, I was thinking about VR and I see this fucking game, or hey, do you see this fucking thing? It's Warzone, but it's in fucking VR, whatever.
like
I
Half-Life
think
Alyx,
that's when they can. Fucking who wants to play Half-Life Alyx compared to fucking
everyone wants to play
Warzone?
that.
Nah,
People
dude,
were so
no. I
mad.
have
People
not
were
played
so
it. I haven't
upset that that game was a VR exclusive.
The fucking people who love Half-Life and play that game forever, but you telling me that Half-Life is more popular than Call of Duty?
No, it's not.
Warzone?
Okay,
Okay,
listen,
then
I
there
agree.
you go.
I agree with you that this is the type of game that will help grow VR. But I'm just saying, you know, it might not be. It might be better if you just got Call of Duty, like the IP, and put that in VR, or Fortnite in VR. That would do it quicker, probably. You know,
Well, we all know that that's not
it's
going
not
to
going to
happen.
happen. I know.
Because
But,
Call of Duty is Microsoft.
but there are so many battle royale failures out there as well as the thing. You know, so if you're not
No,
like
I
a
know.
big, well-known name,
Yeah,
you can
but they're
fall
not
off
that
fast.
good.
But
Yeah, this
it's going to
one-
be if it comes to PlayStation, like it's the only one. That's why everybody's playing it on PC, because there's no other, like, there's Population 1,
Mhm.
but I mean, I
There's
haven't
other
played
VR
either of them. I haven't played
There's
either
other
of them, but
VR
Population 1 looks like way more dated and like not as good as what I've seen of Contractors.
It's a
Yeah.
different game. I prefer again. I like more realism and I like
Yeah,
more contractors. Pop one is really fun, but it's different. I don't like. We talked about the sim and firewall, holding an assault rifle with one hand and shooting and perfectly aiming. A lot of people do that in Pop One. They climb, they just peek, and they just put their gun and perfectly aim straight and shoot.
Mhm.
I don't know if you notice on Contractors, you break your wrist if you're trying to shoot an AK with one hand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's just different, and
better, yeah.
there are games I think most that are battle royale on the PC, but I don't think they're that good. What I've heard of them, you know.
No, not running this well, especially that it's not even like out yet. It's still early access, and it seems to be running as good as it is. So it's very promising.
They're adding more players too, from 40 something to 60 something. So I'll be
that's gonna be
interested.
good.
And if they can bring it to PlayStation and they can say we're going to be able to like bump the resolution up this much because it can handle it with foveated rendering and stuff, then that's just an instant hit on PlayStation, in my opinion. Like,
yeah,
it's like the game that everybody needs, like a game that you can jump on. Like you get home from work, you get on, and then there's just like a full lobby that you can just jump into. And
it would have to be one of those games that's like in the top 10 sellers every month. Like it would just have to be there all the time.
Yeah,
it wouldn't drop.
But I think it would, because like I think it has
Pavlov is there.
Like,
Pavlov is there. So if Pavlov is there, then surely that can be there.
Yeah.
This is just a bigger Pavlov, like a scale, like a bigger battle royale scale Pavlov.
This is it's different, but I'll prefer this over Pavlov.
Let me try and catch up on some of these comments. LSP says, has there ever been a successful VR headset that isn't Quest? Yes. I think before the Quest came along, PSVR 1 was considered a successful headset.
It was successful. Yeah. That's what they wouldn't have made to the second one if the first one wasn't successful.
The Quest like sold so well that it kind of made it look shit. But like at the time, like Sony were like, oh, we weren't expecting to be in the lead. We didn't want to be the market leaders. We wanted to kind of just sit back and see how things were going. Like they actually just said that in interviews. But they were more successful than they expected. So
yeah, maybe their expectations were not super incredibly high, and they're like, hey,
probably not, because LSP says, did Vive fly off the shelves? I don't think so. Did Oculus sell out when it was new? I don't think so. Well, wasn't the Index hard to get a hold of when it came out as well? But I don't think that was more to do with like a low supply rather than huge demand, I think. Headbite says, non-VR headset flies off the shelves. Quest just had an official temporary price drop to €445 4 months after release days. You must be talking about Quest 3, because Quest 2 is already down to like 200. Rogue is here. He says it helps fund the PSVR2 division and incentivizes people with no PS5 to buy one. I don't think there's any bad side. The incentive for devs to develop for PSVR2 on PS5 doesn't change. I don't think there's a bad side. I just don't think the good side is comparable to what the good would be if they cut the price, or if they made a huge push for hybrid games, or if they marketed the shit out of it properly. It's still good. I just don't think it's as good as those other things. The user base is still the same, says Rogue, which is like, doesn't benefit me though, does it? When you say the user base is still the same, what do you mean? Are you talking about they're only targeting people who already own the headset? It's better than Keith Ketchup, says Donnie. Damn, I'm a bit behind. DJ
Max
Dirty, says, how you doing, DJ Dirty? And by the way, hello Headbite as well if you're still there. I even like Mustard, but I don't want to play the game. Apparently it's good. If you like platformers, if you like Astrobot, then you should probably
I've heard it's
look
good,
into it.
But
but what?
it's an odd selection of. I don't want this. Just an odd selection of the character and the whole theme.
All right.
But hey, that's what I'm saying.
Damn, Donnie got the email too. Me and Donnie were chosen by Jim Ryan.
Damn.
Importon says Sony's blog marketing is the equivalent of scratching a message into a public bathroom stall. It works for Jackpot's mother though, with her phone number, if you know what I'm saying. If you're looking for a good time. VR Namek is back again. Notorious Quest troll. He says LOL. LSB says Contractor Showdown is a good looking game. Indeed it is. I'm not disagreeing with you. Oh no, stream dead.
Oh, that was like froze for a
all
second.
over. They all left. Somebody said they hate you, and
well, I can see the chat. I can see the chat. LSP says gun models look great and function just as good as anything in Pavlov. I would say they kind of look better than Pavlov. The way you can like look at the magazine and count the bullets and stuff. I really like that.
better.
Yep. Yeah. I really like that. Yeah, it has like the ammo amount like right on top of the bullets, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's not so realistic that you have to actually like turn the clip sideways and count the bullets. Like at least it just tells you like on the top like there's 15 bullets left there.
It's a cool idea.
Yeah. But even the attachments is cool. That you can pick them up and attach them, reattach them, and shit like that.
On the fly. Waleed says, Pavlov is the shooter I keep getting back to. I hope Sony acquires or invests in Bankrupt and makes it a proper shooter with upgrade path and progression and different modes. Pavlov feels too limited. Well, where the fuck is that update, by the way? Where's the maps in Pavlov?
I was just about to ask, where's the two new maps? It looked like they were finished in that little preview thing. It looked like the maps were complete.
They gave us a fucking walkthrough, both of them.
Yeah.
And that was like 2 months ago. Where are they? Where are they?
I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore.
I do not know. Actual says, for some reason, Contractors is the only first-person shooter I like because of the graphics and servers are super active. Call of Juicy. GTA 6 says DJ Dirty Yellow. I mean, if you want to talk about going for a big push for hybrid, then yes, I think we're talking about GTA 6. You know, if you want to go mainstream, you have to go for the mainstream games. You can't just be sitting on the edge and people are like, no, it's unrealistic because it's such a big game. But this is what Sony have to do. They have to put the money where the mouth is if they're serious about making it go mainstream, which I don't think they are. Not right now, anyway.
Listen, DJ Dirty, this exact same question. Everything he just said out of his mouth, he said it like 3 years ago before the fucking VR came out. Oh, GTA 5, we just need that. And
I'm right. Happened. And we never got it. And that's look at the state we're in because we don't have it.
Yeah, but that was impossible to even think that was going to happen.
It's not impossible. They did that anywhere. Rockstar already showed an interest. They already had rumors that they were working on a AAA VR title, which turned out to be San Andreas, I think.
These people are snakes. They don't care. Remember, if they cared, we would have had all these games.
But what people? Listen, it's down to Sony. Sony have to write the check and make them care, which is hard to do because they make so much money.
No, Sony doesn't care. Sony is just like a little side project.
Don't make a fucking headset then if you don't care.
Well, you tell them that, all right?
Oh yeah, they're listening. Jim is watching. But he's retiring. He's retiring, so it's no good. It's no good.
Jim's yelling at his screen right now. It's not my decision anymore.
I did not do
my
that.
fault. Don't blame me.
Rogue says, lol, yeah, and Microsoft is discontinuing the Windows mixed reality support and literally bricking one of the most popular PC VR headsets, the HP G2. Is that really? Well, see, this is the thing. I think I've heard of HP as a headset, but like you're saying, it's one of the most popular ones. Like, how many is that actually sold? Like, how big is PC VR? How many people have PC VR headsets?
PC VR headsets? Fuck, I don't know.
Like, how many people are like playing it? Is it in the millions?
I bet a lot of the people that own those headsets probably have them like packed away, and then they have Quest like 2 or Quest 3 now at this point.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, like back in the day, remember when I say people are like very intense, like they're really into the PCs. They spend, back in the day when I wanted to get a fucking VR, I switched to fucking PSVR 1 and I used to have Xbox. PCs, $3,000, some shit like that, $2,000 to get into it. And then the headset. I feel like those people, I don't know, we have to look at the fucking stats, but it's a small percentage compared to the new people that came in just because of the Quest. Like me, I never had a fucking PC. I wanted a PC VR, but then now I don't buy a PC VR headset because what's the fucking point when I can buy a Quest, right? Yeah, if you want the better graphics, but that's too fucking much money. I can barely fucking afford this PC to get it. So I feel like a lot of new people came in, and I feel like there's more Quest and Quest 2s and 3s than maybe active users on the PC VR headsets. But I don't know, dude. That's a good question.
Because they don't Steam have like a survey chart thing? You can like literally see how many people are active on what headsets they're using and shit. Like surely Quest is dominating that.
I think so by far, yeah.
Riggs says, I read that. He says, yeah, before Quest, PSVR sold more than the other headsets combined. Yes, it did, and it came out after them. So everyone was like, oh, Sony are doing really good, and maybe this is going mainstream. And then, like, I don't know if it was the Quest that put the brakes on us, or if it just naturally, like, teasered out at fucking 5-6 million, whatever they ended at.
It definitely kind of teetered out at the last like year or so of the headset.
I can't remember like how far into PSVR were we when the Quest came out. I can't remember, but like surely that poured a bit of water on the PSVR fire that they had, Because for a long time, it was the cheapest way to get into VR. Like Jackpot said, that was like, you know, that's how he did it. He literally bought the fucking console just to do it.
I traded in my garbage ass fucking Xbox.
Yeah, 100%.
Good job.
You should do that anyway, even if you don't care about VR. But obviously, PSVR 2 doesn't have the benefits of being the cheapest way into VR because the Quest 2 exists.
Yeah, they went the opposite way now. Now they're like going for like the best headset, which is like the opposite kind of strategy.
Yeah, I mean it's competing with like the Index, but the Index is like 1,000 or whatever the price of an Index is.
I just don't think they can compete in the same category. That's why when we were talking about the first Quest came out, you're like, no, blah, 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 it's not going to work. And I was like, dude, it's not the same. You can't really compare them. I think, they're more VR headsets, but they're a completely different category.
Yeah, but I see the Quest as like a Switch, you know, a Nintendo Switch. It's the same way like a Switch is to a PS5.
That's the
Doesn't
thing.
matter. It's mobile. It's mobile.
But
I know once you connect it to a PC, then it's a different story. But I'm just talking about when it's by itself, it's literally just a Switch. I don't mean in terms of like, I don't mean that as an insult. I'm saying it's
right, but you mean it as an insult because you don't want to get when you're like, I don't fucking want to play that shit. Like you're refusing to play because you think it's so bad. You've never put a Quest 2 in your head.
I'm just saying it's not as
you
good.
Don't realize how much.
As PSVR 2. Of course not. But that's what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna degrade myself by putting this on. I'm not gonna sully my face.
So you're not gonna play any games. You're not gonna play 80% of fucking games.
I don't want to play Gorilla Tag. I don't want to play Gorilla Tag or whatever else.
Exactly.
You know, the good ports are coming.
There's so many good games. Okay? There's so many shit.
The good ones are getting ported. It's just listen. The only thing I want, the only thing on Quest that's on Quest right now that I want that I'm not sure is coming to PSVR 2 is Contractors, and there's a chance it is coming to PSVR 2. I don't know how good that chance is. Like, what else is there? What else is there? Like, what else? If I got a Quest, what game are you recommending? And don't talk to me about apps or like non-gaming things because I want to play games.
There's a fuckload of games that you can play.
Well, recommend. Give me three top Quest games. No, don't Google. Tell me your three top Quest games. No, that's not Quest.
It just depends what you want. Ask the chat. I like fucking apps. I like watch movies with my friends in VR. I like Pop 1. I like VR chat.
Pop 1. Okay. VR chat's not a fucking game either. That's a weird social game.
But that shit is this shit. Who cares if it's a social game? You're fucking having fun. You're like, I want the graphics. I want to fucking let's pay $600. I don't want to play nothing else.
I play games. You're just giving. What you're saying right now are valid points, but you're just putting on.
But that's what I like.
A silly voice to make it sound like they're not valid.
If you ask the chat, I guarantee they're gonna give you a lot of options, right? Because I don't fucking buy games. I just like to play multiplayer games, and those are the only plays that I play with my friends. But I guarantee there's a lot of games that you can play that we don't have on the PlayStation VR that you can play on the Quest without a PC.
But listen, my point is I know about the games that I don't like. I know the games that I want that I don't have. I know about Phasmophobia. I've wanted that shit for ages. You know, I know about fucking Aces. Well, not Aces. That's a bad example. Half-Life Alyx, for example. Another game that's on a platform I don't. But I don't. What else is there on Quest? What am I drooling about on Quest? I'm not.
But it's not about drooling. It's about having.
It's about my personal wants. It's my personal wants.
Well, but then you're eating dry because they don't have options to play more games.
Because like if I bought a Switch, listen, it's the same thing. I'm not interested in Mario. So if I buy a Switch, what am I fucking playing? If I don't like Mario and I don't like Zelda,
right? But I'm not. I never play VR chat. But if it's all of us, if it's fucking 15 of us with all characters, fucking Woody from fucking Toy Story in a wheelchair, and fucking play the characters, that'll be fucking hilarious.
I don't know. I don't see that being more fun. I don't know.
Listen,
it's how is that fun for more than 2 minutes? Like, you know.
The thing is, as long as you don't try, because I was a little bit the same. As long as you don't try, it might not be for you. Like you said, you might be just a fanboy, and then that's fine. But I'm telling you, I think you're missing out in fun. Especially what you're doing.
On Contractors. I'm missing out on Contractors. People. I'm missing out on Contractors. That's it. That is it. Anyway, let me try and catch up. Yeah, Mustard character kind of woke. Max Mustard is woke. That's the first time I've heard of this. VR in the Mech says, I had both PSVR 1 and Quest. I only hang out with the popular folks. I guess PSVR 1 was popular back in the day. Rogue says, the user base for PSVR 2 devs and the incentive to keep developing for us. I think more sales for the headset is definitely more important than anything else at the moment. But there's no immediate benefit to existing owners. Yes, we're in agreement, I think. God, it's getting harder to read every week. It gets harder to squint at this shit. ACS says if PSVR2 comes to PC, it's going to be the badass headset out there. It's going to be popular, like among, like, I don't know if it'll give Quest a run for its money, but it's probably going to be, like, Meta won't like that. They won't like that PSVR2 is coming to PC. Donnie says the 2 missing Pavlov maps got lost in Sony's QA. Maybe they're stuck weeks and weeks, and Sony are like, no, change this, and they change it and send it back in, and they wait 6 weeks, and then over and over again. LSP says all I can think about right now is spreading more democracy. DJ Dirty Yellow says that's bug talk. That's bug talk. He's trying to blend in. You're falling first.
Hello, fellow humans.
How about that democracy, huh?
Give me some of that democracy.
Every sport and fighting game should have third-person viewer mod too, says Dirty Yellow. Exactly. Games like FIFA should have an option where you can sit in the stands and like watch people playing online or something like that. Viewer simmers are an active group on PC. I'm sure they're active, but are they big? Donnie says, agreed at Pumpkins. Don't make products if you're not going to shop them afterwards, or what's the effing point? That's it.
Yeah.
Support them.
Wasn't the Vita the same? The fucking PS Vita, whatever, was the shit.
Man, the Vita is considered like a massive flop, and it sold like 13 million units. 13 million. Can you imagine if PSVR 2 sold 13 million? How happy we'd be if it sold 13 million, and that's like a massive.
Well, even the PSP was pretty fucking sick too. Like,
I had the PSP. I had like Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker and that thing. That shit was sick as hell.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
SDS says Quest 3 is better than the PSVR 2.
There we go.
Rogue says, pretty sure Quest came out just after 0 hour because I went from playing any PSVR 2 game or PSVR 1 game I could get my hands on to only playing Firewall 0 hour. SDS says Assassin's Creed, Asgard 2, Lies Beneath. Oh, those are good ones. Good points. Like, I'm not drooling over them.
Yeah.
But if they did come to PSVR 2, I probably would want them. At least Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I heard that one's good too. Assassin's Creed heard it's good.
Yella says, it ain't like we have Rec Room anymore. I know. So we don't have any social game, really. Walkabout Mini Golf is the closest thing we have to a social game now.
And Pavlov.
Yeah, TTT, yeah. VRNMX says Tropico. No, thank you.
Tropical.
Medieval Dynasty coming in 2 days for Quest. I'll have to look into Medieval Dynasty because I haven't heard of it, but Tropical is not my type again. I can see it working well on VR though. Like,
what is your type of game? What will be the perfect game?
Know my type
Don't
of
tell me
games.
GTA, bitch.
GTA, like a big open world. Like,
anime?
Listen, we've talked
anime?
about it. No, I hate anime. Get that shit away from me. The most anime thing I like is like Metal Gear Solid because that's kind of anime, and I do love it. But that's as far as I go. It's a little bit. It's a little bit. Like,
when is
they got
that
like
coming out?
It's got some of the anime drama, but I would not call it anime.
No, like
You
the
got me all
art
excited
style
for
is
the
not, but
fucking-
you know the way they behave
The
sometimes.
remake, or whatever you told me. Yeah, the remake.
Delta.
Wait until the remake.
I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that.
Well,
That
it's
shit's
gonna be my intro into that series because I never play that shit.
gonna be fucking sick as hell. You're gonna cry at the end of that game.
Yeah, am I?
Yes,
I
you
don't
are.
know.
Warroom says Assassin's Creed. Ew. Damn. Mixed opinions on Assassin's Creed there. Actual says Asgard's Wrath, which by the way is a downgrade over the original. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners 1 and 2 already on PSVR 2, so I'm not interested.
Only graphically. The downgrade.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
the
I
asking-
agree.
The asking.
Resident Evil 4, yes, but I've got Resident Evil 4 Remake, so I wouldn't want that. Arizona Sunshine 1 and 2 also. Well, not 1, but 2 is on PSVR 2. But I'm talking literally about games that I can't get on PSVR 2 is what I mean, actually.
Yeah, there's not. I mean, there's some games, but like overall, there's nothing like, oh man, like you say, a big fucking game.
Yeah, Contractors.
I just think
that's
overall,
the big one, and that's still in beta. It's not, technically, it's not even out yet.
But don't you know that's gonna come in the PSVR 2, in my opinion.
Well, I
So,
hope you're right. I
just
hope
wait.
you're right. Reg says just big screen alone is worth it. Yeah, but I mean, it might be worth it for you, but I don't know if it'll be worth it for me. Because I'm like when I buy gaming hardware, like my number one priority is the games. The other features are cool, big screen, cool. I want YouTube viewer and stuff like that, but it's like that's second place. Get the games first. Honey Badger says, "Preach, Jackpot. I have been telling him that for years. He'll nut Sony so hard and miss out on unreal shit. Come to PC, pappy." And this, by the way, is my cousin Honey Badger, who has flip-flopped once again. He's a massive Xbox fan. Now he's gone back to PC again because Xbox has once again let him down. I told him, stop going for Xbox. Yep. They're just going to break your heart again. But he believes in Phil Spencer. He's got that Phil Spencer tattoo, like sleeve, all down his arm. It's not finished yet. It's not colored in yet. But it says, like, he's got a quote coming out of his mouth saying, "This holiday season." And then, like, it's not it's not finished yet.
Starfield? What's not about that?
Starfield. He was big enough Starfield, but I don't think he likes it as much anymore.
No, I don't think it was that great. Xbox, I feel sorry for you guys. I got bamboozled just like Pumpkins got bamboozled by PSVR2.
Nope.
But it's fine,
You got a PlayStation VR2 as well there, Jack.
Yeah,
I know, but my reason to get the PSVR2, and I told you this before, for the most part, it was Firewall, and that was obviously we know what that happened because of fucking Sony, in my opinion.
Disaster.
So that was my main reason, honestly, because Firewall Zero Hour, we all know that was the shit. Mm-hmm. And if Firewall Ultra would have been the shit, we would have been playing that fucking thing all the time.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm not getting into it.
I know.
I was just going to say I'm not getting into Firewall Ultra.
That was my hope. That was my vision.
Okay.
Zero Ultra.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Actually, before you get to the next topic, I'm gonna have to drop out. But if you want to leave my window open, I will literally only be like 10 minutes, so I can jump back on the stream.
Can you put a cat or something on the chair?
You put your cat, Mr. Bigot.
Mr. Bigot.
I don't think he'll stay, but I can. I'll be back in a little bit, though. Carry on with it.
Okay. All right. We'll probably still be talking about this topic.
Hey, Muzz. I've heard of... Oh, well, I guess I'll ask you later.
Let him pick up his woman, for God's sake. It's raining.
I know.
It's raining. It's freezing in Canada.
Oh, it's raining? Oh, fuck. You're going to have to pay that tax, that rain tax, I heard.
Rain tax?
Yeah.
Anyway, War Room says, flop or not, I love my Vita still. A lot of people who... Like, the few people who did own a Visa really do like it. Ace Diaz says, hi, Blaine. Who's Blaine? Mark Zuckerberg... Oh, I blame probably is what he wanted to say. I blame Mark Zuckerberg for being a sex trafficker. That's why I did not. If Zuck is watching this, please don't sue me. That's not. I'm just reading out the comments. That's not my opinion. I wasn't aware. LSB says Assassin's Creed is good for a Quest 2 game. It looks good for a Quest 2 game, and even Asgard's Wrath 2 looks good for a Quest 2 game. But we all just imagine how good it would look if it was a PSVR 2 game, built for PSVR 2, with full phased rendering and all that shit, Viewer MX says, point is, every time such ports of known and beloved flat franchises comes to viewer, some from that user base comes to viewer, and some stay. I know I did for Skyrim, which is why I'm a big fan of hybrid games, and like you said, games like Skyrim, Skyrim probably should have been a hybrid game because they released that shit on PS4 and then they sold it to us again separately as a viewer game. Which at the time, I don't think any of us cared because we were just happy to get Skyrim in viewer. But then when you look at what Capcom is doing or other studios are doing with like just, here's a free viewer update, and it's like, damn, Bethesda, you're fucking money grabbing little bitches. Anyway, VRMX says, we thought PSVR 2 would lead to a lot of such hybrids, but not yet, and it's not looking like it will.
Because there's no money apparently, otherwise we probably would have. Yeah,
we're still hanging on to a little bit of hope that they'll just drop these at some point. It'll be like, oh yeah, I'm trying to think of what's the AAA flat game that I would like. Grand Theft Auto. Oh yeah, Grand Theft Auto's coming out. Helldivers, yeah, that'd be a good one too. Speaking of Helldivers, Honey Badger's just saying, I need Helldivers 2, but sadly, he picked the wrong console, so he can't play it.
He doesn't have a PlayStation?
No, he refuses to get one because of petty console tribalism, sadly. But he's on about
go trade that bitch in.
He wants to save up for a PC, and he'll play it then. But
Well,
by then, we'll all have moved on to
yes.
Helldivers 3, which will be exclusive to PS3.
5
Or
years
PS6, sorry, PS6. Maybe it will be a PS3 game. That'd be an interesting twist. Go back to PS3. Assassin's Creed Cheeks Wide Open. Ass Creed Cheeks Wide Open is important.
with a
I don't know
song.
what that means. That seems to be a song of some kind.
Supposed to sing it.
DJ Dirty Yellis says Mark Zuck lied about San Andreas just to sell headsets. Apparently it's still in development. I think somebody posted on their the Mesa, the trailer on the Mesa channel, the YouTube channel, and they were like, is this still in development? And they replied saying, yes, this is still in development. And that was the first time they'd said anything about it in 3 years or something. It's just a random post on a YouTube video. VRNMX says, yep, Metaverse was a marketing stunt to move Quest for sure. But I still think PS Home, which is kind of like a Metaverse, would do well. SDS says, laughing and rather sales. Jesus. I don't know what this child trafficking shit is going on there, SDS. Anyway, we'll move on to the next topic because we're an hour on that one. An hour and a half. Holy shit. An hour and a half on the first topic. Second one. Anyway, next topic is really quick. No Man's Sky. We have Sean Murray, the No Man's Sky developer, the main guy at Hello Games. He's tweeting out emojis, and he only does that when they're about to announce another expansion or updates or whatever you call it. So the emojis he's tweeting out are stars, just spinning, the dazed stars, dizzy stars or whatever you would call them. If somebody gets hit in the head, you get the stars go around their head.
Yeah.
Yeah, those emojis. That emoji of the stars spinning. That's what he's tweeting. So obviously, we can't say anything about it. We don't know what it is. We don't know anything about it. Just us, expect a No Man's Sky update, and that's that. That's all we got to say about that.
Well, I hope the update is them fixing the multiplayer.
I hope they add sex
in VR.
Will they add sex to the game?
Probably not.
All right. Well, we can hope. Next topic.
I mean, there's some crazy aliens out there.
You get away with it because it wouldn't necessarily be a penis and a vagina. It could be a crazy alien appendage.
You fuck their stomach.
Stomach. You still maintain the fucking child-friendly rating. Actual says apparently it's coming indeed. GTA, for Quest. Great, and No Man's Sky update that you'll play once. I don't even play them once, to be honest. I cannot get into that game. No matter what I try, I cannot get into No Man's Sky.
I think it's just too.
It's too open,
hands off, and too much.
Yeah, I need my ledges painted white so I know how to climb. Ghostbusters is the next topic, Mr. Jackbot. Because
are we talking about Ghostbusters?
We're talking about Ghostbusters. Because the movie came out, the new Ghostbusters movie, Frozen Empire or some shit. So they got a tie-in DLC going on with this. Let me just read.
Apparently, it's good, right? The movie.
I've heard it's really bad, so I don't know.
No, I've heard the reviewers are trashing it, but people are saying it's good.
Well, I don't know. I assume reviewers are people. You understand the reptiles?
Yeah, but reviewers are fucking biased depending on their bullshit, and then people know what they're talking about. Anyways, you don't know what you're talking about. Read the notes.
Anyway, I'll read the notes. Right. Dan Aykroyd, who was one of the original ones, apparently he's going to be involved in this DLC. They're calling it the biggest one. Yes, it's going to have new story stuff. It's going to have a new villain who's going to be the one from the movie. I don't know what the name is, Gar Black or some shit. New equipment, new ghosts. It's coming out on the 28th of March, and I'm assuming, I can't remember which is the word to use. I assume it's free because they're calling this a patch. They're not calling it DLC. So there you go. If you're looking for busting them ghosts, getting that ectoplasm all over them ladies. March 28th. March 28th.
Disgusting. Overpriced.
It's probably gone down by now. Speaking of anime games, Jackpot Soul Covenant. Our most anticipated anime game. We talked about it a few weeks ago.
Which one? That one, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that one. It's coming out in April. It's got a release date now. April 18th. The one interesting thing about this one, despite it being a fucking anime game. It's got 4-player co-op, which is
Ooh.
a little bit tempting. I don't know if that's like story or if it's like a separate horde mode. If it's a separate horde mode, I won't give a fuck. But if it's story, maybe. I don't know.
You can ask for a code.
I don't know, because I don't know if I would enjoy an anime game.
But it's not about enjoying. Just play and be like, hey, maybe I like it regardless.
Yeah, but it's
of
all
anime.
gonna be like the girls gonna, you know how to talk. You know what they're like in your ear every 2 seconds, moaning.
I know.
Like 12-year-old girls,
girl.
6-year-old girls, even they sound incredibly young. It's creepy. I don't like anime.
Oh shit. Well, this looks like monsters. I don't think
Yeah, but you're not seeing the cutscenes. You're not seeing the cutscenes.
Okay, well, let's skip this. Next topic.
Skip it is right. Next topic is the Quest 2, which we kind of already covered. But the fact I'm bringing up the Quest 2 is that they've cut the price to $200 now. And if you're over in America and you got like a Walmart near you, they'll give you $50 store credits if you buy it. So technically, it works out as just $150.
No.
Yes.
No way.
Yes way.
Really?
Some people are saying that there's Mesa are trying to clear out the remaining Quest 2 stock, and that's what they're doing. And there's also a rumored Quest 3 Lite coming along, so they're thinking they're trying to get rid of all this Quest 2 stock, and then they'll introduce this Quest Lite, which apparently the Quest 3 Lite is going to drop them pancake lenses, and it's going to have that Fresnel lens shit going on to cut the price. But this is what I'm talking about. This is what Sony need to be doing. How are Mesa able to drop the fucking price so frequently in these things?
They got people buying the fucking thing, and
they're
they got
buying
a
them
future.
because the price is dropping. They have a future because people
They're
are buying them. It's a cycle.
Because there's a lot of options besides a couple exclusives. They have a lot of fucking other things, and like I said, they don't only go for players. They also go for people that want to play games and also fucking watch YouTube videos or fucking do some type of social activities.
Yeah,
right?
to stop and listen. There's a lot of things I agree. That stuff is important, but it's still the price is the biggest thing.
Of course. Well, that matches
look
all
at
the
this.
shit that you can do for only $200. Fuck, dude, that's what I'm saying.
150 if you buy it in Walmart. 150.
I don't know. I'm looking at Walmart. There's no gift card, but regardless,
That's what it says.
without a gift card,
Upload
if it's a gift
Viewer.
card-
Uploadviewer.com. They had a news article. They said it in the title.
Okay, then go buy one right now for fucking $150. That's ridiculous. I don't wish, but it's crazy because when we think about, the VR, it was such a fucking really expensive, or and then now you can get a fucking Quest 2 standalone for $150 or $200.
I got an alert.
Waleed is now a game cat.
Waleed
Specifically,
back
a white
again
tiger has just donated
with the $5 Canadian dollar
$3.68 through
dues.
Super Chat. That's very moist.
he saying?
$5 Canadian from Waleed is
can't
now a
read?
game cat. Specifically, a white tiger. I did buy Q2 a few months ago.
Gotta wait for it to
Horrible
finish reading
visuals,
this.
dull colors, low res, light leakage, and made me appreciate VR2 more. I returned Q2.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Waleed. I'm going to read that out properly, but I just got to catch up on the other comments first. After I let Jackpot finish what he was saying, because he was in the middle of saying something, and I told him to shut up.
I forgot, but I'm gonna respond to him really quick. He said he did buy a Quest 2 a few months ago. Horrible visuals, basically
Yeah, it's trash.
complaining about
Trash hardware.
Right. Well, if you compare visuals, of course, let's compare the. Oh, I just got a PS5, and then I bought a Switch. Oh, it's trash graphics. Yes, I agree.
Yes.
You can't compare. If you have the same game,
can't
play it on the PSVR 2. But for me, the selling point is the price point and everything else. You can do all the other games you can play. For me, that's the selling point. But I agree, you can't fucking compare graphics wise, dude. It's fucking trash. Like the PSVR 2, it's really fucking nice.
Indeed it is. We're on the same page.
Only in that.
SDS says, can't wait for the new Beetlejuice. I actually saw the trailer for that. I like how they call it Beetlejuice instead of Beetlejuice 2. That's a good idea. Actual says, you get €30 more if you use referral from friends to buy games.
Holy shit.
Is that £30? I think it's a euro sign. Viewer MX says Fresnel shit like on PSVR 2. Yeah, listen, when I said Fresnel shit, I wasn't like saying it is shit, even though it is shit compared to Pancake, but like I wasn't trying to disrespect us. You got your defenses up so high because you're literally Mark Zuckerberg wearing a fucking skin suit of I think you're Brazilian, is that what you are? Of a Brazilian man who calls himself the Ornamek. You are Mark Zuckerberg, so you just gotta calm down. I'm not insulting. I was just literally a turn of phrase. I say shit. You use the word shit when you're trying to describe things, even if you don't think it's shit. You just say the word shit, you know? Like that shit over there. You know, you don't mean it as shit. Anyway, Actual says, I wouldn't recommend to buy Quest 2 just because of Fresnel and shit. It gives you headache, horrible thing to wear. I haven't tried it. I'm just going to have to take your word for it and believe you 100% and think you're 100% correct. Porn is the biggest thing, says DJ Dirty Yellow. Can you be honest with me, Jackpot? Have you watched porn on a Quest?
Of course not.
All right.
Everybody has.
Everybody?
What do you mean?
Does Amanda know about this?
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, Donnie says Quest also has so many other applications for other areas of commerce, such as education and designing implementations, etc. Yes, it does. This is you're talking about what Jackpot's talking about. How it has all these other non-gaming things, which is cool. Oh shit, he's back. That was fast. Or maybe she left him. She got home with somebody else. There's a note left on the door saying, "Muzz, don't even bother picking me up. I'm with Pedro now. Don't contact me anymore." Welcome back, Muzz.
What did I miss?
We're talking about the Quest price drop. It's only $200 now, and if you buy it at Walmart, you get it for $150 because they throw in like $50 store credit.
Really?
Indeed. Just buy Quest 3.
1 second. I'm just gonna run to Walmart real quick. I'll be right back.
Muzz, I'm telling you, Muzz, if you instead of buying whatever you're gonna buy, eventually, wait, can you return shit in Canada after using it or no?
Yes.
Okay, because it's something I did in Mexico. You can't return shit after buying it. So,
Really?
if you use it, if you use it, you're fucked. So buy the Quest, use it, a couple weeks, return it, and then that's it.
Then what?
And he's gonna be like, "I'm not gonna return it." Yeah, it looks
Alright,
like shit compared
okay.
to the PSVR2, but there's a lot of cool stuff I can do, and he can play Contractors.
It's not even available anymore. You can't play it right now.
Right
Yeah,
now.
I know.
When is it
it's gonna
coming?
be-
When is
there's-
it coming, by the way? Have they got a date for it?
There's another beta coming this Friday. I think
Okay.
Friday to Sunday. It's another beta, and I don't know. I'm hoping they keep either doing betas or they release it. But I don't think it's gonna take that long. I mean, you saw the game. There were some glitches and people complain about issues, but for the most part,
Yeah, look good.
it's fine,
Look
dude.
good.
They can release that shit right now.
I got a question for you, Jackpot. Let's pretend for a second I had like 2 IQ. Like I was so stupid. All right. And then I came up to you and said, "Hey, Jackpot, I'm thinking about getting a Quest. Should I get the Quest 2 for $200 or should I get the Quest 3?
Fuck the Quest 2, especially at Walmart. You guys have Walmart over there? What do you guys
we don't
have?
have that.
Wawa? What do
We
you
don't
got?
know. We got
No.
Tesco's, we got Aldi, we have Lidl, we have
Aldi.
Yeah, you got Aldi and Lidl
Well,
over there too, don't you?
I think in some other states they got Aldi. Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
where. No, fucking. Well, since you have already a PSVR2, I think even regardless, no, a Quest 2. I think because the money, the difference in price. How much is a Quest 3? $500 maybe.
Yeah, I think they dropped it down a little bit, but yeah.
So you
Yeah,
don't think that
still.
there's
Four
not a
something,
chance that they're
450
going to
maybe.
start making games that only run on Quest 3 and Quest 2?
Yes, but I think right now, by the time that fucking happens, let's say maybe at least a fucking year, so they can bring a Quest 3 on only one game exclusive. I think it's worth, if you want to get into the ecosystem of all this shit, get a Quest 2 because it's so fucking cheap. You get into everything. If you have a PSVR 2, play the games on the PSVR 2 because that's the best option or the best place to play. But yeah, the Quest 3 is too expensive, in my opinion, especially if you just want to get... It's like the Xbox, right? For me, I made the biggest mistake of my life after trading that fucking garbage in. I was like, hey, there's a fucking Xbox Series S or whatever, the white fucking, the little one.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, hey, that's only $200 or some shit like that. And it comes with whatever. Hey, I will get in the ecosystem of the Xbox and I'll get the Game Pass. And I never fucking touched that trash, right? But at least,
Preach it.
I...
Johnny Badger's still in the chat. Let him know.
never-
Let him know. He never touches that trash.
I did. I honestly, even, and there's some good games on Game Pass, but I don't fucking
You
ever
know what
touch
you
it.
can use that
So-
for? You know what's really good for? Is like you can plug your DualSense controller into that while you're playing, and it'll charge
It's
your
a charger.
DualSense. It'll charge
Yeah,
that DualSense.
honestly,
That's what the Xbox
that's
Series
more
X is
what I
good
can
for.
use it for.
That's what.
But for me, I mean, it's like I said, get into the ecosystem or whatever of the Questicle. Just pay the $150 at Walmart and see what kind of you can get. But I don't think it's worth the Quest to jump right away. For what? Slightly better graphics and fucking AR, whatever, mixed reality, whatever. Just
It's not better future proof, you know. It's got the years.
But for the
in us,
money,
you know?
for the money, I mean, it's only.
Okay.
I mean, $150 is a lot of money. But the Quest 3 is not only $50 more, $100 more. It's like fucking more than double.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's too early for that.
All right.
Who hurt you?
You put that thing in the bin. Only joking, it won't fit in the bin. The Ernemex says, "Lol, G Hall, how you doing?" He says, "I've been putting off playing Madison until the viewer patch on the 29th. It's not a viewer patch. You don't own it yet. Madison is a separate game. So if you want to play Madison viewer, you have to buy the separate game, G Hall. I don't know if you're still there now or not. But at least as far as I know, it's a separate game. Like you won't your copy of Madison that you own now is not going to like update on Friday.
Unfortunately, no.
Unfortunately, no is right. Important says Fresnel is greater than Pancake because the Pancakes absorb half the light coming from the screen. You need a panel that's twice as bright to equal Fresnel. That's what I did hear. The one benefit of the Fresnel was that it does the brightness better or some shit.
Yeah.
And seen as PSVR2's big thing is like, you know, the deep blacks and the bright brights and the vivid colors and all that shit. So, Fresnel or Fresnel, I don't care how people pronounce it, but that's how it is. That's the benefit of that. Germ says aspheric. Damn. Somebody get my fucking dictionary or my thesaurus or whatever I need to translate that shit. Are you talking about like spherical? Is something spherical? Aspheric? Is that what that means? Honey Badger says Quest 3, no point buying old tech. But the price, as Jackpot pointed out, is like significant. Actual says Quest 2 here, €250, close to $300. Dollars, but I don't know what country you're in though, actual, so I can't translate that. And Namex says Quest 2 runs all the games. $200 is insane value. It is. Yes. But that tells you the Quest 3 is like literally not like. Why is anyone buying that? You know. It doesn't have a single.
For the
exclusive.
AR, I guess. AR.
Yeah. Or I suppose for PC, I suppose. That's what
some people that have extra money to blow, they're already on the Quest. They're like, hey, I want to, like PS5 Pro, right? Some people they want to do that. But yeah, I don't think it's as popular. I told you guys, but Christmas time, Quest 2 is going to be the more headset seller. And I think now with the fucking drop in price, it's literally insane. Like he's saying, the value, it's insane.
Yeah. But even like VR Namek here, like, he's like the biggest Quest fan I know. I like online. And I don't think he has a Quest 3 yet. I think he's just got a Quest 2. He's waiting for it to be, necessary. Honey Badger having a midlife crisis when he's confronted with the truth about the Xbox Series X. I'm just going to skip down past that. He says, Actual says Quest 3 so cheap they even sell it on loss almost in the sense of the tech it has. Quest 3 is so cheap considering the tech it has? I suppose because it has all, like, unlike the PSVR2, like nothing is running on that headset. The PS5 was doing all the work, where on Quests, that's all in the headset itself, which is why they're so uncomfortable to wear. LSB says, I tell you how awesome Quest 3 is, but you won't listen. But like the awesome games you're playing on Quest 3, like quote unquote awesome, you can play those on Quest 2 as well. Germ says aspheric lenses. Awesome. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what a aspheric lens is, Germ. Is that the new thing? Is that what's coming after Pancake? Namex says it's 2 times here in Brazil. Not too hot on Quest 3 at all. Damn. Yeah, Brazil have crazy prices for all their tech though. If Quest 3 was OLED, it would be worth it. There you go. I finally caught up.
How was the drive, Muzz? Was it raining?
Were you driving?
Yeah, it is raining.
Damn.
That was quick.
It was quick.
She doesn't work. It's just down the road, luckily. But
okay.
Not a far drive.
Well, I apologize for taking you away from Amanda right now, so I'm going to skip on to the next topic, which is My laptop is kind of chugging a little bit, so apologies if the stream gets choppy. But Arken Age, we got some news about this game, which I'm really looking forward to. This is the ones who did not Legendary Tales. What's the name of the fucking game they did?
I don't fucking know.
It was on PSVR 1. Legendary Tales has ruined it for me now. I think it was like a similar name though.
Stormlands?
No, not Stormlands.
No.
That was Insomniac. What the fuck was the game they did before this? I can't remember. It was a good game, trust me. You could feed a horse a carrot.
What's the name of this game again?
This is Arken Age.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't think of the name of it either.
Yeah,
it's really annoying.
Feeding the carrot.
It's really annoying. But it was like one of my favorite like indie PSVR 1 games. It was like developed by 2 people as well, and it was like super, like they really took advantage of all the VR aspects. Anyway, the reason I'm talking about Arken Age is because they got dynamic foveated rendering working, which they've said results in a 1.8 times resolution boost. They've also managed to get the frames from 60 reprojected to 120. Now it's a native 90.
So much better.
So much better is right. So you don't have to worry about reprojection. They put up a big post on Reddit, and it was interesting because they kind of went behind the scenes a little bit on how difficult it is to actually get foveated rendering to work in a game that didn't have it at first. They kind of said it basically broke a load of stuff, like the physics didn't work, shaders and all this kind of stuff didn't work, and they had to get around all that. But they said like the hard work paid off because what they'd have now is better than what they had beforehand. So like, for example, the physics of the enemies is better than it was originally.
Nice.
And then they ended it by saying it's in the final stages of testing, like the final round of Shadow Legends. That's it in the mech. Thank you.
Yes, thanks.
Shadow. I knew Legends was in the fucking name. But yeah, so final stages of beta testing now. So hopefully in a month or 2 we might hear more about a release days for Arken Age, which I'm looking forward to a lot.
Are you?
Yeah, just because of Shadow Legends. It's the same studio, Vitruvius.
Yeah. I mean,
I think this game's gonna look so good. I think the graphics look pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those big hulking guys in the armor is gonna look pretty sweet in VR as well.
Like it looks like they really like Shadow Legends. As much as I love it, it's kind of like you could tell. Like it wasn't a huge game. You could beat it fairly quick. It was. Mm-hmm. They did everything themselves. There's only 2 people, and it was really impressive. But you could kind of tell, it was a small game. Whereas this looks like it's really expanded. I don't know if the studio's expanded. Maybe they got more people working for them now as well, or maybe they just learned a lot. But it looks like a big step up. So looking forward to this. But I don't really have anything else to say about it. Just that I'm still hyped over Arken Age.
I'm so happy to see all of the VR interactions that are going on in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pros at that. And then we have our last topic, which is Breachers.
Yes.
Before I talk about Breachers, let me catch up on the chat a little bit. Important says you can't get the same field of view with aspheric, though, and they're heavier. Germ says, not new, but the best for my money for visuals. Is there any headset using those? VR and mech. Oh yeah, I already read that. Thank you for letting me know. Germ says better edge-to-edge clarity than Fresnel and better light transmission than Pancake. So it's a happy middle ground. Although field of view is apparently smaller and they're heavier. Anyway, we want to talk about Breachers, and the main thing is this big competitive update that they've been talking about for a long time. And what they did is they had like a podcast on their YouTube channel. The developers are called Triangle Factory, and the podcast is called Triangle Factory here. So this episode detailed everything you can expect, including the rewards you can get for hitting certain ranks when the ranked becomes available. They'll have bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and then it goes like master or legendary or something like that. So they explain the system. So you have to play 5 ranked matches to be placed in an initial rank. Then you have to play 30 matches if you want to actually earn whatever rewards you unlock. So let's say you make it to level like gold 1 or whatever, and that gives you a certain amount of weapon skins. You won't actually get those unless you do 30 matches. And then you can do 50 matches and you'll get like a season complete bonus if you do that. Skins are only rewarded at the end of the season, and then so it's like a battle pass kind of looking thing. So you get like a skin if you make it to here, and then it's like credits, another skin, credits. So as you're getting the credits, you get those straight away. You don't have to wait to the end of the season. The first season, they're calling it season 0 because it's the first. It's kind of acting like a little bit of a beta for them because there might be issues or whatever that they're not expecting. So that's why they're calling it that. And they're expecting 4 seasons, each of them being 3 months long. They cannot give a date yet, but they said it will be released by the end of April. They're also hoping for 2 more maps to be released this year. And he gave 2, like a clue for each one. He says one of them is pretty damn cool, with emphasis on the cool, which is like a snow map, I think. And then the other is a place we used to go to buy things and hang out, which sounds like a shopping mall map.
That'll be cool. I've always wanted a shopping mall fucking map.
So there you're going to get it. You're going to get what you want.
So are these free or are these going to cost money?
I assume all free, but like the competitive updates is definitely free. But like the maps, they're going to come later on in the year sometime. So they're not all coming together in this one update. Is what I'm trying to say.
But like the season pass things are going to be like free as well.
Yeah, but they're not calling them season passes. They're just calling them seasons. Ranked seasons basically.
Ranked seasons, yeah. Well, sounds good.
I think if you're like hardcore, I assume like people like War Room and Brannon and stuff like that will be really into like getting a squad together and getting them ranks and stuff like that, like playing
fucking trash.
Yeah, it's a difficult enough kind of game. There's other stuff as well, by the way. You should watch that podcast. They go into more details, like if there's a tie now at the end of the round, because you have to have a winner, there'll be like a tie break round. So they're adding other things like that as well. DevKit 2 used Aspheric, so you're going back a long way. Last topic. Importance is we're not talking about that parkour. Oh shit, that would have been a topic if I fucking remembered it.
Oh my god.
Fate Strides. Fate Strides. That's coming to PS2. Shit, or Strides
throw the trailer
What's the information? Do we have it? Does it have a days? Does it have a days?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, everything is
Damn,
in here.
how did I fucking forget about that?
You trash.
Why did you have to fucking make me look bad, Important? Why did you have to make me look bad? You could have just kept your mouth shut. We haven't finished talking about Breachers yet anyway, by the way. Namek says, I still need me to play Stride Fates, looks good. GG, and LSB says freedom for some reason. But yeah, you excited for this Breachers update? Are you going to play competitive? Are you going to get swaggy?
Fuck no.
No?
I already get destroyed on what the little kids playing on fucking E's normal. Can you imagine, dude? I will not have fun at all.
How about you, Muzzy? You tempted?
Only if I had a squad, then I would be tempted. But no, I don't think I'd be jumping in to play with randoms anytime soon. But I do like the thought of like unlocking the skins and stuff though, because it takes like fucking forever outside of these season things.
Apparently, the very last skin requires you to be within the top 50 at the end of the season if you want to get it. So that's like a super rare.
The top what? You cut out for a second.
The top 50, sorry.
Top 50.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, good luck with that. You want to have like a consistent squad as well if you want to be making your way up these ranks too, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
And we'll move on to the bonus magical secret topic, which won't have a video, but Fate Strides or Stride Fates. Which one is that again?
Stride Fates.
Stride.
That's good reviews on the Questicle.
Fates. Let me tell you all about this in 2 seconds. In just 2 seconds.
You want me to read it?
Ask me.
I'll tell you everything.
Give me a date. So if it has a date, that's all I want to know.
Oh, for PSVR2, no, I was gonna read the fucking description.
Oh my god. Almost like I'm finding a Reddit post about it here. Just gotta wait for it to
Oh
load.
my god.
Let's just link into the fucking trailer. God damn it.
Oh my god.
Like, why aren't you looking? Why aren't you looking?
I'm looking right now. This is just your thing, you know. I thought you were on top of things.
I forgot about this. I don't know. It's coming. Sometime.
It is coming.
It's parkour.
It is coming out.
It's the mirror's edge. It is the mirror's edge of PSVR2. That's what they say.
Better.
All right, better. I noticed it has a gun like that, and the art of it, he's holding a gun, so you can shoot this guy, which kind of intrigues me. That intrigues me, you know.
And there is wall running.
I expected that, but I didn't expect guns in that game because that game's been out for a while on like Quest and PC and shit, hasn't it? So I knew that part.
It's been out since. Does it say when has been out? No, but it's been out on the Questicle for a while. It has 4 out of 5 stars, but I've been looking at the reviews, and the people that have 1 star is because they had an issue running the game or where the fuck.
Classic PC.
But everybody that has good reviews, yeah, it's 5 stars and says, I can't stop playing this game. The story is simple, but combined with the gunplay and parkour, it's just fantastic. Blah, blah, blah. So everybody really seems to be really liking this game. So it's probably gonna be a popular. It says $30. So you put that Sony tax, it says gonna be $40.
It'll be 30.
No date listed. It just says wish list
Well,
now.
this is why I didn't give
At
you a
the end of
date. This is why I didn't want to give anyone a date, because I didn't want to get anyone's hopes up. It doesn't have a date. Donnie, I checked that message you sent me. You sent me a tweet where it was announced that it's out now for Quest, and that was like November 2023. So thanks for trying, Donnie, but not the information I needed. Still, close enough, and I appreciate the effort. Worm says, Jackpot, one of the ideas of competitive is you're playing with similar skilled players. I don't know. I think people like Jackpot just don't even go into competitive at all. They stay in quick match, you know. So he'll never find anyone on his level in competitive.
Yeah, because I don't play because you're always a bitch. Every time that this game wins, the boy like, oh, I'm working on a video. I'm sick.
God.
Oh, this.
Remember the last time? What was the last time you played? You shot me. You shot me and killed me, and I was on your team.
I did not kill you. I just hurt you a little bit. And I was still...
You've literally killed me in this game.
Nobody cares. Good game.
The kids on Breachers be cussing hard, says DJ Dirty Yellow.
Yeah, there's a lot of little fucking shits in there. Fucking racist little kids.
Going to get on Quest 3 soon, says LSB about Stride. I wonder, would you care about it if it wasn't coming to PSVR2? LSB? That's the real question. Important says more shooting than Mirror Edge makes it look interesting. It's got me intrigued as well. Germ says, sorry, had to AFK, but still listening. Some of the high-end PC headsets use a spheric. At least some models of Pimax and Vario are off the top of my head. Yeah, those are like the super... That Pimax thing looks ridiculous. It's like a big fucking...
Right.
Big... I don't know what you even call it. A house? It looks like an architecture, a piece of architecture on your house. On your head, sorry.
I remember the one cool mechanic that I saw in the trailer for Stride Fates is I don't think I've seen another shooter before, but you can like flip the tables over and then like duck underneath like to
that is cool.
Cover. Yeah. It's like just like a simple little thing that no one thought of doing before.
Nice.
You just like he's in a gunfight and then he just like flips it over and then ducks under.
Is this like a set thing that he kind of automatically does, or you have to actually physically grab the table and place it? Or...
No, it's just the table happened to be sitting there and you just see him in the trailer. He just like flips it over. Like it goes on his side and then he just ducks behind it.
All right, that sounds cool. I don't know if you do that in real life though. Bullets would go through a table fairly easily, I would imagine.
Maybe it's like
depending on the table. Yeah, maybe it's a solid one. Anyway, Chopped is there. How are you doing, Chopped? Nice to see you.
Chopped.
Still alive and breathing. Important says, fun fact, I was the one who started the Gear Viewer aesthetic mod for Vive. Oh, a spheric mod for Vive. I don't know what that is.
And Chop says he's got to get going. See you later, guys.
Is he gone already?
No, I'm just joking.
Important, I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Do you know what that is?
You're a bitch. He's trying to tell you something as his accomplishment, and you say he didn't know what that is.
I don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm sure it's very cool. It could be a joke, no, important. It could be some kind of a joke that's just over my head because I don't know what a fucking sphere is. Johnny says, what can I do on the fly with my chat messages being minutes late? Plus, if I had been on my laptop like E3 bombs, I would have been more productive. Don't worry, Donnie. I don't expect you to do this, is the thing. And I do appreciate that you tried. However, I still have to make a little bit of fun out of the fact that it was like a 6-month-old tweet. Job saying, sup, my friend. Not much. I hope you're keeping well. There it is. Okay, y'all, gotta bounce. There it is. With the ghost cock. LSB says, we're gonna buy
I predicted it. I said it before you typed it. He's like, gonna be out here.
LSP was going to buy Stride, but he bought Helldivers 2 instead because Jackpot.
Good
Listen,
job,
listen what you're doing, Jackpot. You're taking people away from VR and you're giving them to successful flat games that don't need the money. They don't need the money.
Listen,
The developers of Stride
if
need that money from LSP.
no,
You've
what the
robbed
fuck?
them.
This developer needed that
You've
money. They
robbed
thought
them.
this game was gonna be fucking kind of trash, and it was fucking amazing, and all the fucking
They've sold
people that
8
buy it.
million
Listen,
copies. They've already sold 8 million copies. How many copies has Stride sold? You just
I don't
robbed
fuck
them.
about
You
Stride.
fucking robbed
Listen,
them.
if Stride was about fucking spreading democracy, I'm sure it will
Maybe it
sell a
is.
lot of copies.
Maybe it
But it's
is.
about climbing walls and shooting some dudes, which it sounds really fun,
Yeah.
but not as much
There
as
you go.
Well, if you're
spreading
shooting
democracy.
communists, you could be shooting communists. You
But,
know?
well, that would be appealing, but I don't know until you tell me that's the case. It will just be a basic game, but sounds fun though. The parkour sounds pretty fun. With the shooting,
Looks solid. It actually like some of the interior fighting, like when you're like climbing around on like the like scaffolding and stuff and going, and it reminds me of like a way better version of that what's that espionage game that everybody was like let down with?
Aspire, yeah.
Yeah, Aspire, yeah. Like it looks like a way better like combat than that is, but it has the same kind of premise where you can like climb up like any shells that you see. It looks like you can just climb up to the top of them and stuff. So it is like a bit more freedom when it comes to like maneuvering around.
As soon as you
Indoors,
mentioned
like-
Aspire, I'm nearly sure that those developers got shut down as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
The second one,
Excuse me.
weren't they working the Spire?
I think
weren't
they
working
released
on
in
the
there. I
second
think they
game?
released 2, didn't they? I thought they got
Oh, they
2.
did?
Yeah,
could be
I
wrong.
think there was 2 Aspire games, isn't there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Aspire 1, Aspire 2.
Important says it's where you swap the Fresnel lenses of the Vive with the lenses from the Samsung Gear VR. How do you mean you worked on a mod for that? You started the... Oh, I see. So it's not like something you develop. It's just like a piece of advice you proliferated through the internet. Is that what you mean? Donnie says only 6 months. I was trying for more. Chop says, nah, I'm chilling for a minute, just waiting to get the call to pick my kid up from work. I'm old and ready for bed, or stoned and ready for bed. Well, there you go.
Nice Chop.
Classic Chop behavior. He never changes. Don't ever change, Chop. And that's the last topic. That's the last topic, which wasn't
That's
even a
it?
topic, secret topic.
That's everything.
It's been 2 hours, 10 minutes, but we got the fax machine, which I'm going to play the intro
2
for now.
hours.
I think we only have 1 fax, by the way. But let's check
What?
it out. Yeah.
It's
Oh
that
my
time
God,
again.
it's falling apart.
Questions and topics.
No one wants
Submitted
to
by
fax
our
machine.
viewers.
Somebody put some
So
questions.
let's go to our fax
too late.
machine and see what we have. Fax me
put
harder,
'em in the
Daddy.
chat. I'll
I've
put
been
the
a
questions
bad boy.
We've been answering questions all day. The one question we have is from the amazing LSB. He says, how do you feel about your PSVR2 Discord being overrun by a flat game? It feels like a bunch of insects, a bunch of
It's not gonna
bugs.
last.
A bunch of bugs have come to my super Earth, and they've been spreading their communism around the place, turning people away from the true path, which is virtual reality. And I think there might be a little insect among us right now, just right beside me.
You
Kinda.
inside of you.
Me?
bitch.
Well, maybe right beside Muzz. Right beside Muzz, maybe.
No.
You know?
If there's any bug in here, it's you
No.
that has the bug of fucking Sony up your ass. You get this fanboy on you.
And
I like
when
bugs.
we stop this stream now, what are you going to do? You're going to play a flat game, aren't you?
No, I'm gonna go eat and then hang out with Amanda. But tomorrow I have free time. I must play some
There
goddamn
it
democracy.
is.
Or
Can't wait.
depending if this game is cheap, the Ghost Cod game that you have a copy for. If it's cheap, I might play that. Just because why not? But other than
No.
that, yeah.
It is a fun game. I have Helldivers, but I'm not in love with it like everybody else is. I can already see the seams and the repetitiveness of the game. It is fun, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's a game that I'm going to be playing like
Religiously.
yeah, like all year. Like it's not like unless they do something drastic that like will change it up, but it's just like copy
Next
and
month.
paste. It's a copy and paste kind of game. Like it's like any other type of like that formula. It's just they've done a better job of the formula than other live service type of experience games, like where you just kind of keep going back in and doing something. But I don't know. Flat games are just slowly just dying on me.
Damn.
As fun as it is.
Yeah.
All I can think as I'm playing it, my back of my head, like, why isn't this in VR?
Yeah.
That's all I'm thinking the
But
entire
but
time.
isn't that looking at like when they say the glass full, half empty? Isn't that the same shit? Like, oh, I wish, like, yeah, but other than that, like, of course it will be nice, but why are you fucking yourself over instead of enjoying the game and be like, okay, well, you know what I mean?
Listen, Muzz has been touched. All right, he's
I'm
seen
just-
the light, touched by an
I'd
angel.
rather-
by
I
an angel as
agree. I
viewer.
agree.
I'd rather play like a lower scale, not great looking VR game than like a top of the line flat screen game. I just don't. I'm tired of just holding a controller and doing this.
There you go.
That's just me. That's just me.
Well, me
I just-
too. No, me
We should
too.
all- we
But
should
we're
all
just not
understand
there.
this.
I need to be in a VR game. I need to be in the game now.
I agree. We're just not. If we
When-
had
hold on a
fucking a
sec,
lot of
when,
games, I would. We
When,
don't.
when Contractors comes back, what are you gonna like? How do you pick between the two of them? Are you gonna have a difficult time
I
deciding?
don't. There's no question. Well, I will spend a lot of time in Contractors for fucking sure, most of my time. But I still gotta spend some fucking democracy. And I gotta do my part. But I will play the fuck out of Contractors because there's no comparison, like Mus says. Just a game that is. If we had a really good VR game, it's just this is a new thing and it's popular and it's like Mus says, it's a live service. They've done it right. It's not gonna be a Rainbow Six in my opinion. It's years and years and years. But I think it's gonna be popular, really, really popular for the next, 5-6 months. Maybe if they keep updating the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not gonna.
I think
take
it has
my-
some lags, but
Yeah.
I'll play it here and there, like for a couple hours, and then take a break.
Yeah, no, but it's more the memes, that fucking shit.
Yeah.
But it's I really fucking like the game. But
it
it's
is
not
really
gonna. It's not gonna take most of my time is gonna be spent on Contractors, dude. Most of my time.
All right. Important says you're flat vermin. Chap says, what games do I need to buy? I got my year of plus. Damn. He says, what games would you recommend Chap buy? I don't know what he has. What do you not have?
Right.
Germ says, loved Helldivers for about a week and got bored. Just like
There you
all
go.
PvE, he says. Chap says there's a ghost cock game. Someone owes me royalties for using my trademark GC. Overdark is coming out tomorrow. Okay, got the
Overdark.
call. Good seeing you fellas. GC, y'all. GC. Take care,
Here,
Chopped. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good time.
GG chop.
Get in the Discord and we'll tell you what games you need to get because I don't know what you have.
Yes.
Get Propagation Paradise Hotel. Anyway, that's the end of this episode. Go get some rest. Go sleep. Go eat some Mexican bread. Take a shower. Talk to your Amandas. Tell your Amandas that
Yeah.
you love them.
Gotta go
hold
say I'm
on
sorry
tight.
for keeping her in the rain while I'm driving to go.
There you go. There you go. And everyone in the chat, thanks for
Forget
watching.
that.
Thanks for stopping by. And Waleed, thank you for them super chats, by the way, with that Canadian currency.
Oh yeah. That
Premium
Premium
currency.
Monopoly, that Monopoly money with that maple cent.
You got some of that plastic money now. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. I'm going to end this. So that's this. Goodbye.
What?